It is
100%.
indeed, and it has been a contributor to my panic attacks ending.
Sky,
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Sky, as someone who have my mom take that stuff too, kind of relax a bit. I kind of have an idea on what that stuff is.
My mom would take them as well when she was not feeling well. It's the type that essentially just gives you the benefits without the high, because I don't want the high, I just want the benefits. So simple CBD gummies, and that has helped out. It's helped me relax. It's helped the panic attacks, and Bun has even shared some with me to see how it would help her, and apparently it does help her relax as well. So it works. We're just newbies and lightweights, so we got what they suggested would be best for us. And
yeah, it's because the effects that small doses of that stuff have actually helps temporarily balance out the hormones in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
Which is literally what my problem was, is that my even if I understood what it was, it just wouldn't stop sending adrenaline rushes. I actually felt that fight or flight feeling for 3 days straight, and even sleep wouldn't do anything. I would sleep, it would stop, I would wake up, it would start right back up again.
Yeah, it sounds like to me that you and Bun both suffer from a hormonal, what's the fucking phrase? Disturbance? Like something is producing more than it should be right now.
Imbalance, probably.
Imbalance, disturbance.
Yeah.
Something in your body is saying, hey, we're gonna make more of this even though you don't need it.
Yep. And
bodies do that for no fucking reason.
Our brain is mean. All right. So
Aren't all brains like that?
yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
I think the question is this.
So
Let's not discuss how complicated brains can get.
So now I know everything seems to be working fine, because as far as the stream is concerned, because we have people in the chat that aren't us. So the word has gotten out. People have clicked on the link. We are back in business.
Oh.
Hey.
Hello, people. Please excuse the last 5 minutes that you've heard.
We're gonna consume you all now.
It's okay. They've been watching some other stuff of mine that I've already explained that my problems have been fixed. I just never really went into too much detail, but think of that as just a benefit of coming to us and watching our D&D group. You get a little bit of details that you don't get anywhere else, because we're a bit more open round these parts.
Consume all.
Anyway, I'll summon players again, just in case there's only a few people here. I know Bun is in the call, but she's not in the game. But I will definitely let her have a moment. And Belle, of course, will be coming later. There's the thing, because of everything that has happened, I have not written the synopsis, so I'm going to have to go off of memory this time. So, last time, the party had just returned back to the Sugar Plum HQ to get some rest after they tried to escort Neothri back, only to find out that her home has been ravaged by both the storms as well as the bullywugs, who appear to be her enemies. Claiming that it was likely the prince as well as one other, she had to unfortunately abandon her home, trying to find any of her friends that were nearby, only to find one, a little squirrel by the name of Robin. The rest seem to be missing or have already passed on. Still, she was escorted right back over to Sugar Plum HQ, where she is essentially taking the time to not only recover herself, but figure out her next move. As far as any other major details, this is probably going to be kept short because I can't think of so much, but I do remember that there was actually a time between Koji and Belle where Belle essentially took the time to to give Koji a firm lecture about how he's been acting in regards to his feelings of inadequacy, because there was a recent attack on the carnival while they were gone. Though there appears to be no casualties this time, there still was a severe injury taken by Lotus as he had tried to protect some of the kids. He is still currently recovering. After that, I am so sorry, everyone, but everything has kind of gotten me flustered. So if there is anything of importance that we should definitely bring up that I have left out by accident, let's go ahead and bring it up and jar my memory.
Kitsune kid.
All right. Yep. Because of that attack that had happened, there was one that was spared by Razzle and Dazzle, knowing that they need to be spared whenever possible. Anaran, of course, used his magic to bring the Kitsune back to his senses, only to find out it was no more than just an 11-year-old boy. Which proves that it's not just the adults that the Edu clan are using, it's anyone. Anything else I might have missed?
No.
Okay.
This is technically part of the whole Kitsune thing, but Anaran basically demanding that Tiberius and Bob get their heads together and figure out a way to reduce casualties for the Kitsune side.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do remember that. So, protect themselves, but not actually kill them in the process. So, that happened as well. Damn. I know that there was a few heart-to-hearts as well, but other than that, I'm drawing a blank because of all the mess and the pressure, so I greatly apologize. But if you did watch last episode, you know what's up.
It was just fluff.
It was mostly fluff. That's true. It was a bit of fluff because we were keeping it a short week because I was also suffering from panic attacks that week, even worse than I was now. But that being said, let's go on ahead and jump forward to today. So, it is a brand new day. Everybody gets themselves a long rest if necessary. As far as what is going on, the carnival is still quiet. Pretty much anybody who has been there has already been sent home, while everyone that works there is assessing damages, making sure everything is all right. So right now it is a very quiet carnival. Only the workers are still out and about, though the big names you'll be able to find. Tiberius is currently at the big top, and currently Koji and Bob are talking with each other outside of the trailer. Inside of the tent, Lotus is still recovering, while Silk and Gem are relaxing at the round couch, the round table, and Nyathri is entertaining the three kids, putting on not exactly a show, but just kind of talking to them about different various types of plant life and what she does and how it benefits the Feywild, making apples for them. Just overall kind of being, keeping herself busy by spreading some knowledge. So I think, Razzle and Dazzle are currently, along with Pliskin and Pumpkin, are going around essentially trying to assess everything. So they're not in one specific place. All right. That was a messy and rocky start. Hopefully next week, once I get, we'll get it all together. So, if I could, please have everyone go on ahead and roll for an initiative if you want to do anything role-play-wise before you set off. Since during this whole assessment of the damages, the move has already been made, so I will make that known by now. You are already in the autumn region. As a result, things are a little cooler outside, and the leaves around the carnival are pretty much the same, but once you start to get out of this miniature domain, you're going to definitely start seeing that pretty much all of the plant life, leaves, everything has just started to become a lot more orange and yellow and red, just the signs and colors of fall. The smell of the air around you starts to be a little bit less like flowers or fruits and becoming a little bit more like cider or scents to kind of remind you of fall. If you like pumpkin spice, then you start to smell pumpkin spice. If you like the smell of
Cinnamon.
yeah, you know what? That'll work. If you like the smell of cinnamon, then you start to smell the cinnamon. For my first brain thought, I was like, wait, cinnamon. Yeah, I guess that could work, but shouldn't that be more like Christmas? I was overthinking. I was thinking too much Christmas, and that kind of caused me pause.
You're fine, buddy. You're fine.
When I don't have a written synopsis, I flounder. So it is what it is. So I'm going ahead and get the roleplay initiative list up. I'll put Bell on the bottom. Yeah, Bell bottoms. All right.
Bottom being bottom boom.
Never mind, I don't have to anymore.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
They're rebellions?
Okay.
Hello, I was asking everyone to roll for a roleplay initiative if they wanted to do anything before setting off. And I just literally finished mentioning that I was going to put you at the bottom because you weren't here. And as soon as I said that, you popped. So,
Oh, okay.
hello and welcome. You are free to roll if you want to.
11.
You tied with Chase, I think, right?
Yeah, that would put him above me.
Yep. So I won't worry about having to ask Chase, since now I know that you both have the same. Evelyn.
I'm gonna skip out on the roleplay for now.
All right. So I'll put you at the bottom and it hits you with that S for skip. Anaran.
18.
18. Kaylee.
24, and it looks like Ren's gonna be skipping out on the roleplay too.
All right. So I'll put Akira down here. Put Skip next to him. Carolus.
14.
14. So if I have everything in order, it should be Kaylee, Anaran, Carolus, Chase, Bell, with Evelyn and Akira choosing to stand by for departure. So let me go ahead and get appropriate music for the situation. Hopefully it works. Okay. To catch you up on this, Bell, apparently the SoundCloud has been being a pain in the ass, not playing music for us properly. We've only just recently got it fixed, but essentially any songs, in case you wanted to do this yourself, any songs that you want to play will not play if they are set to private for any reason anymore. They used to, That's how I always had it. But this week, we gave it a try. It didn't work. And I just had the crazy idea, oh, I'll put it on public, see what happens. And it worked. So just a heads up for you in case it's something you might have needed to know.
Okay. How was this discovered?
When we tried to play music and it wouldn't play.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, all my playlists are on
Public.
public. And I'm like, are those on private? It's like, yep. Try that out. And then it fucking worked because, of course, SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as
I mean, it's just taking the word private extremely literally.
Yeah, considering I never used to do that. But it is what it is. We got it figured out, at least for right now. Hopefully it fixes up next week. If not, then I just have to set them all private or public. So we'll go on ahead and begin. So, as always, you have been started off in the bedroom, but you are welcome to take your character and place them anywhere you want to be for this round. So we're gonna leave off with that and go over to Kaylee. So Kaylee, as I had mentioned before, Neathria is there essentially not putting on a circus performance, but more of like an educational performance.
Okay.
And the new boy is there as well, looking a little bit on the shy side, considering he's only just here, has no idea who any of these people are, and that's about it. But he is hanging around since there are other kids, so he feels a little comfortable, showing he's a little bit more comfortable around them rather than any of the adults.
Okay. He kind of leaves them be for the time being. As she hops over. So, I heard Lotus got hurt.
Yeah, he took one right to the chest, actually.
He's still not recovered.
That's the thing. No, he actually hasn't. It's probably a lot worse than I expected. I mean, it did look kind of nasty, though, but he's a tough one. He'll heal through it. I guess he's just being lazy and taking this time to get some extra sleep.
Does he normally rest this long?
Not usually, but he also doesn't really get big, giant puncture wounds in his chest either.
Okay. Where is he right now?
He's currently in our
Over
room.
there?
Yeah, I don't think you've actually been down there. Down that doorway right there, down that hallway. We haven't heard a peep from him, but we've heard a little snoring here and there. But other than that, nothing.
Anaran?
Yes.
I know you've been listening in.
What? No, totally not. Yeah, I've heard.
Can we please go check on him?
Yep.
All right, so for the first time, the two of you do enter into their own personal bedroom. Find that it's nowhere near remotely like yours, as they seem to be using beds of flowers and leaves as their chosen places of sleep. There's an additional pond in the middle, though you can see that there are some blue crystals down there, seemingly to show that this is perhaps a bathing spring. And he is not supposed to be sitting up.
I like the bed. He just gently tugs him over.
Slide.
They said he took an injury to the chest. I'm gonna start looking around.
Yep, it's pretty easy to spot considering the fact that it's right through the lotus-looking tattoo on his chest. Though, it looks like it is healing, but I'm going to definitely need you to roll for Arcana. Or, you know what? Or medicine.
Wait, would I recognize this as the stuff that's on the back that was on the back of Bob's neck?
Depends on what you roll.
Fuck.
Do you want? Okay, I'll help you out.
Yeah,
So you at least get advantage.
you give me advantage. I'm gonna give myself guidance, and we'll
And
pray.
roll medicine. Just roll medicine. He said medicine.
Wait.
Yeah, I would say you'd best to roll medicine.
Okay. We're using
Then
the
let's
thing I
roll
actually
something.
don't suck at. Okay.
There we go.
Let's see. All right, 28.
Oh my goodness, you're fine. Yeah, this looks incredibly similar, only instead of a tiny little puncture, it's much bigger.
Kaylee's going to check his eyes.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll medicine?
I will need you to roll medicine, yes.
Okay.
I'll assist.
$21.
You got over a 20. Good job. You can see that you've noticed his eyes before. You've seen them even just enough to know that they should not be that color, as the sclera is essentially all black, but his pupils are starting to turn kind of like a purple.
He's being dominated.
Kagato, how many days has it been since I've last done this to Bob? Over a week?
Let's see. It definitely would have been over a week because you would have left for spring. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, geez, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Give it another shot.
the first thing I'm gonna do... Well, I'm not gonna do that just yet. I'm gonna do some other options first.
Okay.
Just in case, you never know.
Mhm.
I cast protection from poison. If
All
he
right.
is poisoned, it'll automatically end.
All right. This does not seem to be a poison.
All right.
Didn't
Fire-
Bell confirm that this was a spell?
It is.
But it
Problem
was-
is, it's a very powerful one.
Yeah, it was like on the level of an, because the last person that casted it was a Ninetales, which is, I think you explained that it's basically on the same level as an Archfey.
I did, yes. A Ninetales would be more high to Archfey level.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try this first. Greater Restoration. To
Oh.
remove one effect.
Okay. The effect was only one. And it hadn't taken full control yet because you had stepped in to cast Greater Restoration. Once you cast it, you see that the color in his eyes begin to change back to the color that you do remember. The glowing energy from the smallish wound in his chest starts to fade as well. It seems as though that it wasn't a Ninetales that did this to him, but something did, and Greater Restoration was enough to stop it.
Now we're down to 11 groups. But...
I'm sure if
alright.
we had let it go on for as long as Bob had been gone, then it probably wouldn't have worked.
Probably not, no. I'm gonna just do a full physical. See where he
Okay.
sits
base.
All right. I won't let you roll for that one since you're just doing a physical. Nothing really special here. So, upon more inspection on him, it does seem that he has some scrapes and bruises, but other than what you just got rid of, he seems like he's going to be perfectly fine. There hasn't been any mortal injuries done to him. It seems as though that whatever that magic was, that was supposed to be something that would have been far worse.
Physically, he's fine. However, how many people saw the type of attack that he got hit by?
What's their names? I know one of them is named Gem. The other one name is Silk. They saw it.
Tell them to spread the news, not let that attack hit anybody. It's how they spread their curse.
Okay. Get a little hut out. So, good thing I stepped in. Lotus was almost dominated. He's okay now. We at least caught it early enough so we were able to use greater restoration on him. But we suggest that if there's any more attacks that you probably avoid getting hit by that attack specifically.
So you basically saw Gem just dash off into that room while Silk stays by to listen to your explanation. There's a relief on her expression that is... It looks like the largest weight has just been pulled off of her. She looks a lot more relieved. Her hand is actually clutching her chest as she just slowly exhales. All that stress finally gone, all that tension finally gone, knowing that her brother's okay. After a moment of collecting herself, she just starts to nod her head. I remember what was going on. It was something in their claw. They did some kind of a spell around their hand and then went towards it, and then that's okay. We gotta be real careful of that then. I'll let Bob and Tiberius know, and I'm sure that Lotus is going to remember, and he'll let people know once he wakes up.
I would say your best course of option is to just make sure that attacks don't happen at all. Maybe some type of force field? I don't know.
I wish we honestly could. A force field, I don't know if Tiberius or Bob together are capable of such a thing. They are technically archfays of this domain, but it's such a small domain. They don't have as much power as some other really powerful fae. I will find out.
Are you kidding? You're kidding, right?
I'm afraid I'm not kidding.
Those men were able to create a pocket dimension that holds the kids. You're telling me that you guys can't put up a force field because even though they can create another dimension?
You gotta remember, this is the first time we have heard of that portal as well, so I don't know. That's why I was saying I was gonna go talk to them.
I'll go talk to them. You should be with your brother.
Sorry.
Go.
We
It's okay.
really owe you for this.
How much time do I have left?
That should be the end of your turn.
Okay, I'll just end my turn by her going to go talk to them,
Okay.
wherever they are.
They went right down the. Going to talk to them. Okay, you're gonna find that Bob is essentially very close by outside talking to Koji, while Tiberius is by himself at the big top.
Yeah, I'll talk to Bob first.
All right. So next up would be Anaran. So back in the room.
So Anaran's just kind of like tucking him in. He'll be fine.
She's once again just seeing how he looks now compared to how she remembered him looking. Just once more, a lot of relief seems just wash over her. Jem as well. This is how many times now that you've helped us?
Try not to keep count. It's gonna only get bigger.
We definitely owe you. I don't know how, but we're gonna figure out something.
Explain what happened to him. How it occurred, what the Kitsune did.
I mentioned this to Kaylee as well. Essentially, whatever the Kitsune did, there was some kind of a spell cast. Best way I can really describe this, it seemed like several flames surrounding its claw, and then it just thrust its hand, like the nails on his claw just went straight into him.
That's how it's spreading this curse, or creating a new one. If Bob was in that, he was in a comatose state. It's meant to remove enemies from the board. It's Kitsune magic, that's for sure. Though I don't know if it's their magic naturally, or a perversion of it.
For as long as I can
Either way.
remember, they've always had some kind of strange fox magic, so I don't know how they all work, but I do know that it is a very unique skill specific to them.
How many of you are capable of casting Glyphs of Warden?
We should all be able to do that.
Have enough resources to do it?
We can certainly get some. There's a few favors that we can call in.
How many of you know how to cast Counterspell?
Oh, that's easy.
Okay, here's what you're going to do. I did hear down the hall Kaylee suggest a barrier. I understand that barriers take a lot of magic. A lot of magic. Consistent magic. Spread across the entirety. Get enough. Cast that spell all over the grounds. Have it triggered so that when the foxes try to use that ability, it will trigger. You'll only be able to use it so many times before the foxes figure it out, but it should safeguard you for at least for the next 1-2 attacks.
No, that's fair enough. That's more than enough, actually. I don't know about this barrier. I don't know how much power that those two have, but Kaylee's going to go find out, and hopefully if they can, then they really should.
Let's see. Tiberius made a pocket dimension when he fought us. Bob and Tiberius is supposed to be known as the magically weaker of the two. Bob is apparently the magically stronger of the two, but it would be quite exhausting for him to be the one to cast the spell alone. Tiberius will be able to offer up much, but I don't really imagine they'll be able to hold off continuous waves of kitsunes that are slowly increasing in number. Why do the Inu want this place so badly?
We've been asking ourselves that all the time. We just don't know.
So, how many other Archfey are capable of teleporting their entire dimension anywhere here in the Feywild?
As far as I know, very few, and even fewer still could teleport their domain or even a small part of it anywhere. It's a very unique magic.
They want that. They're trying to get somewhere they can't go normally.
They want the map.
They don't want the map.
They want the whole place?
They want this entire place. New base of operations, mobile base of operations. Able to get anywhere they want, even the Sealy Court.
No. No, that makes sense. Oh no. Not just that. This place could enter the material plane too.
I don't think they care much about the material plane. It would serve as a good place to return in case everything goes shit up shit creek, but they might be attempting a coup. Anaran cast Sending
Okay.
to Lord Oberon.
All right.
I apologize for disrupting whatever you are currently doing. I have reason to believe the Inu clan are trying to stage a coup against you and your wife.
This information is most valuable. You have my thanks. With the strings attached.
Alright, Lord Oberon is aware. That means you'll be able to come up with some kind of plan by the time we get back. He just kind of laps himself a little bit. If you three are hungry or thirsty, there's some tea and some cooked meats set aside and ready.
Just both both Rykard and Noxie just immediately turn when you just mentioned meat. Of course, Julie does a little bit afterwards, but I think she was a little bit more focused on what Neathri had to say. But there's already Rykard just dashes forward, just runs over. Well, he's a little greedy one, isn't he?
Noxie.
Yeah.
Pull Noxie. This young boy has been through quite a bit, much like you two. Be good friends with him, okay?
I mean, I guess. I mean, he does look kind of lonely, and it'd be pretty boring just to have him just standing around doing nothing, so...
Get him to play card games, get him to play whatever games you wish to play.
Ooh. We should do that monster game. Really? Okay. All right, fine. We'll teach him that monster game.
Now go on. Go eat.
So they head over towards the bar as well.
How much time do I got left?
You have 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I'm afraid things are getting only worse as we are continuing.
I had a feeling as soon as I saw you walk out of that room with that larger grimace on your face.
He'll lean in. He'll kind of signal for her to lean in.
Hmm?
I believe the Inu clan are now staging a coup against the Sealies.
Yeah, she just...
I don't know, but I believe they're finally deciding to make a move.
So, yeah, the apple in her hand, she just crushes. Oh. Is that so?
They're getting greedy for some reason. Their new leader have high aspirations. He must be sick and tired of where they're sitting.
Considering that he has never really been one for the standard fun and fancy-free life of the Feywild, I think you are hitting the nail on the head.
Lord Oberon has been made aware. If anyone could come up with plans by the time we arrive, it's him.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sure that Titania probably knows immediately now as well.
The other thing is... I don't know what's going to happen once we get into the Friends of Frost's territory. Who knows? He might just stop by and say hello. In his way. Hopefully not aggressively. But he'll find out soon enough.
I wish I could say I could put a good word for you to him, but he doesn't exactly take those. He couldn't care less.
No,
But
not about you. We have other means of such things happening as we speak. However, I need you to assist this place as much as you can. I'm sure the greenery is helping your strength.
oh, quite a lot. Quite a lot. Just being in this tent has been helpful.
Good. Find some way to make sure that these children are safe. I believe the Kitsune, now that the Kitsune are aware that there are children here, they may try to use this as for future attacks. I've already given Jen and Silk a combat strategy to help counteract some of their magic, but I don't know everything what these corrupted Kitsunes can do, and neither do any of the Kitsunes we have here. So,
Well, then I suppose that since I don't exactly have a home to go to, and I'm pretty sure that just another person standing around inside the Sealy Court might be one too many, I guess I'm just going to have to make up for things here.
that would be appreciated.
It's more of my pleasure than anything at this point.
Just don't kill the Kitsune.
Oh, I'm not one for killing. Unless I'm really in need of some fertilizer.
If you have no choice, I'm sure they would make good fertilizer.
Oh, absolutely. Carcasses always make the best.
See about getting some treants to come here as well. I'm sure they'd listen to you.
Oh, they should. Some of them should. I'll see about using some root systems and try to make some calls. The mushrooms also are very good for that, too. That's what I'm going to do.
Tell the mushrooms to not fuck with us when we're on important business. Thank you.
Oh, you've ran into those. Oh, how I wish I got to see all those transformations.
No. Yeah.
That's going to have to be it.
Yeah, Anaran will just get... I don't know where the fuck Tiberius... Oh, there. Anaran will just get to Chase, and we'll say that's it.
All right. It's Chase's turn. No, it's Careless's turn.
Yeah.
Careless's turn. Okay.
I know, you're not used to me being in the top 3, but sometimes it happens.
No, it never happens, ever. Shut up.
Right.
All right. You go for it. Yeah, you go for it.
Yeah, he's just finishing up his breakfast. He's got a bit of a look on his face as he's reading through the monster book that his mother gave him. You know, maybe eventually I'll do a storytelling job someday. Who knows? Might be a good book to sell to some kids. I'll look up. Oh, morning.
Good morning. Sorry, the kids were sent over here to eat something, and I realized that there's nobody actually over here to serve them anything. And what kind of a archfey would I be if I didn't assist out some children? I have just no idea where anything is.
Here, let me help you out back there. I've been back there a bit. They'll come over. All right, over here we got some delicious bacon, delicious apples. Don't try to give them any kind of liquid. I'm not sure exactly which one's Fey Wild drink yet. But
I can tell that all of these are... Oh, I can't wait to sample some, actually. Actually, I think that they would probably prefer something a little bit less alcoholic.
Softer. Yes, like pure, just regular pure apple juice, please.
Oh, I
can
can...
find a whole thing of tea that's sitting there with some baked, with some like cooked meal snacks. Sitting there.
Well, would you look at that? There's even a big little sign here with a little Anaran's smiling face saying, "Please take."
No, that's not accurate. He never smiles like that. He'll take one of the trays and help up. All right, kids, come on. Time to eat.
So, basically helping you out. She, you serve up all of the little pastries, the baked goods, and other sorts of things for breakfast to the kids with some morning tea. Those that want some apple juice, Neathri has no problem making that, as she could just summon apples almost entirely at will. So, with that, they have their breakfast and they are enjoying themselves. Of course, Noxie and Julie are looking as happy as always, but Rykard is still kind of cautious.
He's got kind of a bit of a look. Bleh, I can't talk apparently tonight.
It's okay, neither can
He
I.
looks over at Rykard and he notices the cautiousness. Hey, these two are gonna keep good eye on you. So is she, alright? You're safe here.
Why does everybody keep repeating that? Is something bad's gonna happen again?
No, nothing bad's going to happen. You're gonna be fine. Okay? He'll take some of the apple juice and bring it over to him. Which I can't do over there, so let me just move. Place it down on the table. Here, have some. It'll calm your nerves down a little bit.
I thought that's what the tea was for.
Well, tea can be a little bit strong. This is a little bit sweeter, so it'll help a little.
Strong tea? What kind of tea have you been having?
When you've been adventuring with that guy for so long, kid, you tend to notice how strong it gets compared to regular tea.
Huh. Either way, it's both fine to me.
Good.
Who are you?
Oh, right. I'm Carolus. Don't get on the table, Carolus. What's your name anyway, kid?
Rykard.
Rykard. Good name.
I'm not going to give you my last one, though. I'm not going to let you do anything with it.
No. I'm not a Fae, and even if I was, I wouldn't take your name and do something with it.
Oh, you're not a Fae?
Nope.
Why?
Why? I'm from the material plane, that's why.
Why?
Let's just say I have a business to attend to here.
Why?
That being said, well, how do I best put this?
This is the first time he's been this open about anything.
Huh. Curious about the adventures, huh, kid?
You're weird.
I've been told that a couple times, but
That's my boy.
you stay out of this. I'm not even in here.
No, I like weird things. Continue. I want to know. Nobody's ever talked to me from the material plane before.
Really now? Have you ever heard any stories about things that happen in the material plane?
That sucks.
Well, compared to here, I'm sure that it's not as impressive, but there's things that we have over there that are considered exotic here. And besides, he'll lean it forward on the table. Could you fight a green dragon here in the Feywild unless they came over?
That must have been really easy.
I wouldn't really call it easy.
I don't know about your green dragons, but our green dragons are about this big. And he basically creates like a hand gesture that looks like it's about the size of a small cat.
No. Our green dragons, they're about as tall as this tent when they're fully grown.
Are all people in the material plane midgets?
No, not at all. Let's just say that things that you think are normal sized here are gigantic size. For example, the green dragon that's the size of a cat. Like I said, big as a tent or as big as a house, once they're allowed to be fully grown.
Wait, so then our giant mushrooms must be as big as worlds to you?
No, they're actually kind of small. In fact, he'll take out the book from his mother, put it on the table.
I thought you
Here's all
said
the
what's small
monsters
here
that we
is big
have.
there, and now I'm confused.
He'll put the book on the table with the monsters. See all these monsters in here? No, Julie, you cannot eat the book.
Excuse me?
I'm teasing, it's fine. But take a look at all these monsters here. He'll point to some of them on here. Fought this one. Fought a couple of these here. This one. He's pointing to a new picture of the dragon eater that he was kind of sketching out. We fought this one personally before we got here. These things, this one ate dragons and fought them and hunted them. We took them on.
Can I see that really quick?
Sure, go ahead.
She just takes the book and just flips over towards a page that's blank, and then she rips it out, and then she eats the page. She then looks over to Julie and just gives her an aggressive nod, and then gives the book back. That'll teach you to assume. Harumph.
Oh, eat your steak and be happy about it.
Did I hear that right? He served steak for breakfast?
I'm not taking that bait, Kagato. Don't even try it. Anyway.
Nom nom nom.
While they're eating, he'll look back at Narathi. Keep an eye on them for us, would you? I'm sure you've already been told that by Anaran, but kids are precious in more ways than one.
I am going to be doing a lot more than just watching after them. I'm going to be sticking around here because I owe all of you. And not only that, I'm starting to hear some things that I definitely wish I didn't hear. Nonetheless, I'm going to try and help out this place while I'm here to make sure that certain transgressions don't happen.
Good to hear. But I wasn't just making sure these kids are okay. How are you after last night? I know we talked a little bit and was a little concerned about you.
I'm fine now. A nice little rest and a change in perspective. Anger is a good motivator.
True, but you have to be careful with anger. It can blind you and lead you down the wrong path.
Or you can have complete and utter focused anger where you are pissed off, but you're still focused. You can still do that.
True. Honestly, I've been thinking a little bit myself since we talked last night. About a few things you said about me. You know, trying to figure out exactly who I am.
How long have you been adventuring?
Let's see. Maybe a little bit over a year now before I met my crew.
Well, it's different for everyone, but it also comes down to the experiences that you have throughout life. Some people can figure themselves out within a couple of weeks. Others take years and years. From what I understand, it sounds like you and your friends have gone through quite a lot together.
You wouldn't believe how much shit we got into. It's a little ridiculous.
Then-
Some of it I'm surprised that most people would still be sane afterwards. That fight against that green dragon I told you about? Yeah, no. I'm probably gonna be remembering that for the rest of my life. It was not as fun as you would imagine it.
Then I wonder why it is that you're still trying to figure out what it is that you are.
Life is strange that way, I guess.
Eh,
You know,
well,
I used to believe that I was one thing, but life changes you. Makes you wonder who exactly you truly are, you know?
that's my point. How many more changes do you think that you're going to have to go through before you figure things out?
You know? Once we're done here in the Feywild, I'm hoping not too much more or just be done with changes entirely.
Well, I suppose that's going to be a good thing to strive for, assuming as though you don't put up anything in front of you to try and block those revelations.
Mental wall block, you mean?
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm
I've
starting to
done that
get a bit of
myself
sense of
before.
that from you. Like,
I've done that to
you...
myself before. He'll just take a deep breath. I did something terrible a long time ago. I put up something to block that mentality out. Never again.
Never again, you say? Very interesting. Anyway, that's really not my business. I'm just very curious. But anyway, how you kids doing? You guys finishing up all right? Good. They're all just Rykard, a little bit kind of just like, yeah, fine. The others are absolutely happy with their food. And Neathri goes back and grabs some tea for herself.
Anyway, I'm gonna go meet up with my team. We'll be back eventually, all right?
Oh, I have no doubt.
Start moving over here. Be good, kids.
Mm-hmm.
When I get back.
Hey, bring back more of that book so I can munch on more of those pages if you could, please.
Yeah, no, you're not touching my book.
Gang,
You'll ruffle her hair a bit. Smart ass.
gang, gang, gang.
Don't touch my daughter!
That being said, though, when I get back, who knows? Maybe more stories. I'm just gonna wait out here with Chase and Anaran and gonna end it there.
Must
Yeah.
you
Ready to keep
insult
going.
my tea?
I didn't insult it. I just said that it's a strong taste.
That's an insult.
That's not an insult. It's a compliment.
From you, it's an insult.
Everything I do to you is an insult. I can't win with you sometimes.
Meanwhile, Chase is just there like, can I go now?
Careless. Can I?
Yes.
Kaylee just points at her eyes, and then she points at you. What a trap!
Love you too.
Chase, you have the floor.
All right. Anaran was wanting to talk to Bob, I'm assuming.
I'm more interested in the whole Koji thing. I don't know what happened yesterday.
Well, I'm heading over there if you want to head with me.
Sure.
See you two when you get back.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Kaylee. See,
How about this? Koji, you come with me. I know these two probably have business with
well, Koji, before you head off, 'cause I'm trying to get this all so we can get this done in one round so we can get to the, things going. But, with kids, you remember how you were transformed, at least in part, right? Was, sounds and vision a bit sharper? So maybe loud noises might cause a irritation to you?
No, I'm afraid that was never a problem. Yes, our hearing was a lot better in that form, but it wasn't anything that would be used against us.
So an extremely loud bang like what you've heard my gun go off going right in their ear wouldn't disrupt them or chase them off.
I think that would bother anyone. I think he actually has a good point because that thing is incredibly loud.
Yes, well, I have something. Well, anyways, if that's all, okay. Go on ahead, Anaran. You and Koji can head off. Then I'm done with him. I'm done asking questions to him.
Come on, Koji, let's go.
Hey,
Leave them be. They have some weird talk to talk about.
please consider it, would you? I will, but we'll talk more later. Go do your thing.
Kaylee, you had some questions for Bob. I might be able to add on to that. I have a few defense tactics as well, but go ahead.
Well, I have to know, Bob. You said you guys are close to Archfey, right?
We are indeed. While this is a small domain, we are essentially the rulers of this place, yes?
So you and Tiberius are the rulers of this place, correct?
It is a joint operation, but that is true.
So that means you both can cast some really powerful magic?
I more so than Tiberius. But
Okay.
yes.
Is it possible you guys could set up fences or defenses around this place?
It is indeed possible, yes.
Okay.
I have to make the hard call here. And that hard call is that these attacks are putting too many of our patrons in danger, and what nearly happened to those kids, I can't have that happen again. So I was actually approached by Koji, and long story short, we are starting to take this whole thing a little bit more seriously, and if you're suggesting that I start using some of my magic for that purpose, then that is indeed what we are going to do, because...
Well, we just found out that Lotus was hit with a spell that caused domination. He basically would have turned into you.
Oh my, is that what happened to him?
Yes.
Oh goodness!
Though, with you, you were hit by a Ninetales, which is basically on the level of you and Tiberius, if not stronger.
Yes, we are on equal footing.
This one was from just a low level one. So we were able to restore it. It can be magically healed. Just, we recommend you put up defenses and try to avoid it as much as possible.
Well, considering everything else that's going on, we still don't understand why they keep attacking us so. I do believe it is time that we start treating this as if we are constantly under attack and not just brushing it under the rug, as it were.
There is one suggestion.
Oh.
If it does get too bad, you guys need to go to the material plane.
I see. We can most certainly do that.
If I have a suggestion, she pulls out her map and basically points out Alexandria. Here. If you teleport to the material plane, go to this spot. Alright?
Oh.
But only if it gets to the point where you guys cannot handle it anymore. Don't worry about us. We'll figure out another place where we can hunker down. You guys need to be safe.
Might I see that?
She does. She shows him the map.
My, they've developed rather quickly, haven't they? Last time we were even remotely near this archipelago, it was still, well, grass and dirt. I see that they've very much developed here. Little town of Croy has definitely grown up, hasn't it?
What were you saying, Naraku?
I don't know, just kind of bug out. Oh, right, yeah, I suggested layering this entire place in glyphs of warding.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. A bit of a minefield. I know exactly who I can put on board with that.
Also, not to damper any parades, I'm pretty sure the Inu clan are attacking here because they want this place.
They want a carnival. Why would they want my carnival?
I believe they think that this place can be easily teleported around, though I'm assuming it's your magic.
Well, it's...
No?
Unfortunately, it's tied to the domain itself. Now it makes sense. Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Also,
okay.
the other thing here is they probably want to use this to stage a coup against the Sealy Court. So, even if they flee, they're still gonna come after them.
Okay. So, taking all that in.
Just we have better resources and more people that can protect you. More, and I'm sorry, capable people.
That's actually what Koji was talking to me about. He wants to help essentially get more of us prepared. He has suggested that we stop carnival activities in favor of self-defense. And I'm starting to understand why.
May not need to do it full stop. Talk with them, see if you can figure out ways for an early warning system at first. Because if you know they're coming, you can at least get the patrons to scatter before they show up. And maybe even, I think you're probably thinking something like maybe a shield, Kaylee, is one of the ways of defending.
At least a barrier to slow them down.
Barriers take a lot of energy, but if you guys know it's coming, you don't have to expend a lot and just throw it up at the last minute. So that might be. Go ahead.
Oh, you are right. Having a barrier up at all times does take a lot of power behind it. There is one currently around Yggdrasil and the Sealy Court, but it's only just those regions, and it is by Oberon and Titania themselves. If they could extend that out further, they would. And that is their domain. We can only do it for ours, and we can only keep it up for so long. So, I suppose we're going to have to put out a watch party.
Yeah, have them observe, your best trackers, your best observers, have them find them, and then report back here. Don't engage them. All you have to do is drive them away, any form you can, which is why I'm gonna go talk to any people you have that might be chemically or mechanically inclined and teach them how to make a few devices. I have an alchemical version, but there's also a mechanical version of what we call a flashbang. It makes a loud, emits a very bright light like a dawn spell going off in your face, and makes a sound similar to my gun going off in a small vicinity, say. So, throwing at the kitsunes would probably disorient them enough that if enough of them happen, they will have to retreat. I'm thinking.
That's why you're asking. Not a bad idea. They have shown quite a bit of intelligence, but they still act quite like feral beasts, so I do believe that might work.
If you could do that, you can hit them hard as ways to just, because if enough of them are wounded, they will retreat. Like, they look like the only reasons they get beaten here is because they're beaten within an area where they cannot run away anymore. But if they are outside your realm and they're that injured, they'll have to keep retreating, recovering, and coming up with different plans. So, I mean, this is only going to work for so long. We're going to have to come up with new measures. I have a few ideas. That involves finding some blowhards. We already need those for something else, but we'll see what we can come up with.
Blowhards can be found in all the regions, though I think that they're more commonly found in the autumn region. That's where you might find a lot more mining. Assuming that it's a comfortable place to be for you folks, it is a little bit more on the unseelie side of things. But that's not to say that they are all horrible, horrible people. I would just say keep your wits about you.
Okay, well, we're here in the autumn area already, so...
Indeed! Indeed.
Might look into something while we're heading over there. But, alright, well, I'm gonna continue heading on that. Well, we'll continue to finish this conversation. I'll let you finish up, Bun, and the end of my turn will be Chase just walking off to inform the craftsman how to make the items.
Okay, since I don't have any of them actually physically out, what we'll say is that you can, going along the entire circus, you'll run into enough.
It's me saying that I'm taking myself out of the roleplay initiative is what I'm doing, is I'm saying.
Yeah.
This turn is over.
Okay, I figured as much. I'm just kind of adding to what you're doing, how you would have found them in case you wanted to play it out in your head.
Since we have a few more minutes, Bun, go ahead and finish up the talk, and I'll add on anything more.
I pretty much said all I wanted to say.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna go head off. Kaylee, make sure you got everything ready to go. We need to get moving. But that'll be it for my turn then.
All right. Then with that, we'll come over to Bell, who looks like he's eavesdropping.
More or less.
I do need to eavesdrop.
Oh my god. That was certainly one of the conversations of all time.
Oh, the grape is awake.
Which one? Which one?
That one. The grape. Haha.
Are you really
I
that
do
surprised?
not-
I deal with harvest and plants and fruits, and you wear a lot of purple. I could call you a plum.
And gold. But you do realize I'm the one who yanked you out of the tree, right?
Yes, you are.
Or was my payment supposedly or was my payment coming from or was the only thanks I get the fact that I had to at points stick my hand up the equivalent of your skirt at that time?
And why do you think I have deigned to call you a grape or a plum?
I actually have no idea if that's a compliment or not. I'm still waking up. I apologize.
So you're still plum tired? I'll see myself out.
Pretty good. No, that one was pretty. That one was pretty good. I give you that one.
Here, there's still things around. There's tea that was left over, and there's... Well, you've been here longer than me. I'm sure you know exactly what's over here. I'm just helping.
Never paid too much attention, quite get to the specifics, quite frankly. Getting hung up on details in this place is a trigger of headaches.
You're trying to make sense out of the nonsensical in your eyes, aren't you?
Was trying.
Now
And then
you're
I
starting
turned
to
green-
get it.
And then I turned green, and it seemed to work out for him to just not do that.
See, I can understand when you're from the Feywild, then the nonsense makes no sense, and then the sensical becomes the nonsense. So when the sensical becomes nonsense and the nonsense makes no sense, then you just need to make sense out of the nonsense.
But not too hard.
No, never too hard.
Though, just a personal curiosity for just a personal curiosity. How familiar are you with the other people on this on the Sealy court?
Well, truth be told, I don't exactly lean any particular direction. Sealy or unsealy, they can do their own thing. Though if I were to have to choose a side, it would be probably the Sealy side, and That unfortunately means that I don't know them incredibly well, personally. I run a very neutral operation. I just keep things going. I don't exactly go drinking with Oberon on Tuesdays, if that's what you're asking. And I think that Titania would probably rip me apart if I tried.
No, I wasn't actually. No, I wasn't asking if you were that close, just if you knew anything of anything I haven't already heard about them.
Well,
I only really met two of them. And apparently apparently I've started off on the wrong foot with at least one of them. Because someone opted to be a smartass, and surprisingly, it wasn't me.
Well, I know enough to at least the basics. Fortunately, I can't really tell you any deep secrets about any of them, but I know enough about them to answer any questions that you might have. To a limit, I suppose. Is there anything that you're trying to figure out?
Can we, how to put this delicately? Why did Baronestra try to drown me when we first met?
Oh, is that who you're talking about now? I see. Well, Varenestra, if there's anyone on the court that would probably say I'm even remotely close to, it would be her, considering that she is very close to Trents and Dryads and the like. She, she has a thing against punishing weak-willed men. She finds it to be a fun little pastime, I guess. I don't know what sparked it. I just know that she finds it fun. And if you so easily fell for her, or if she tricked you into doing so, then she probably would have found it to be a fun little game to play hide the guy underneath the waves.
She used a spell when my guard was down.
Yeah, that... I'm not surprised.
She calls me weak-willed. Okay, then.
Well, you didn't resist it, so I guess she assumes that's weak-willed.
The amount of power that washed over me in that moment, I don't think there's a person... I respect the willpower of my compatriots. None of them would have made it.
No, that checks out.
So...
She's honestly, supposedly very nice. Just, aggressively playful. She just has a smile that indicates she's not entirely confident in what she's saying.
Well, she possibly made a mistake. Well, she made a mistake there because I take it if she pegged me, I clearly she's not a mind reader if she would consider me to be weak-willed. But I wonder if she's at all capable of reading souls of a sort. To have jumped me, like, I don't know what would have given her that impression. I was annoyed when I talked to her, but that was about it.
Well,
I was short-tempered at that exact moment.
I don't know, maybe she did it knowing that your friends were there and would come and save you. Maybe it's just all part of the game.
always did have a problem with gambling.
Well, clearly she didn't drown you, either because she truly didn't want to, or your friends did convince her otherwise. And the fact that you're even here means that she probably likes you.
I don't need any more of that, but...
You don't need any more people liking you?
I don't need any more females liking me, apparently.
Well,
Not
I
in-
mean, it's not exactly...
Not in the aggressive way she was... No, I already don't understand it. I don't need more of it.
It's not exactly my field of expertise, but I could help with that if we make a deal.
Hold on 1 second. No, you're right. So, sorry, Jolot was issuing a correction to me privately.
Ah.
I forgot that encounter was with Belle, not I forgot which one was in control at that time.
Oh!
So that kind of drowns out this conversation, because no, I wouldn't. Yeah, Thama wouldn't know that happened. I thought that I genuinely thought that it was Thama.
Huh. Yeah, you're right. I remember it now.
That, but it was, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Could have been informed about it, but I was like, so this could be secondhand. Like but it sounds like I was just trying to say.
No, that's literally just something that it just retcon away that conversation, like the personal experience is part of it. Because I was caught up to speed on what happened, so.
Well, then I guess that whole talk about a possible deal isn't going to happen now.
Yeah, I just don't. But yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, no, I completely forgot which one was out at that time. That's my fault. That. So that can get played back to. Well, no, there's no reason to ask you, actually. Yeah, that does fuck up. That does fuck up this conversation.
Well, I mean,
my mind's in several places right now.
It is quite all right. We've all made those kind of a similar-ish level of mistake. Me on countless times.
Well, anyways.
You look like you need some coffee. Great news! I know where to get some of the best coffee. Best Feywild coffee.
A little bit.
She just...
Gonna...
Since it is a wooden table, this should be really quick. She just slaps her hand on the table and just slowly rises it up as a very small coffee plant just forms right there. And she just harvests the beans really quick. Grinder. Is there a grinder? Something to grind these things. Wait, hold on. I think I've got it. She just takes them and then just slaps her hands together, reveals freshly ground coffee. I knew I still got it. Let's see. Hot water. Water! Just goes over to the nice, and even though it's got leaves and such there, and the sticks is just swimming around, she just grabs some of the fresh water, brings it back, and she brews some coffee. Here you go. Nice and black. If you ask me for cream, I will strangle you.
Why the hell would I do that?
Exactly.
Well, now you're compelling me to do it, so I am going to ask for cream. I'll take this challenge.
She just hops over, cracks her knuckles, and she puts her hands around your neck, and she begins to squeeze. I say,
Okay,
do not ask me for cream. You may breathe now.
What about sugar?
Oh, sugar's fine. Here you go.
Okay, cool.
It's from a plant.
Do you have some kind of vendetta against cream? Like, why did you even bring that up? Or do you just hate people who drink coffee with cream?
Oh, I don't hate people who drink coffee with cream. I just hate when people ask me to put cream in their coffee, which is something that I only just realized just now because I don't normally serve coffee to anybody. I don't even drink coffee myself.
You do see, this does seem a little outside of your pay grade. Where is everyone else?
Well, I'm helping here because I vowed to after you all did so much to help me. However, you're going to probably find the 3 fairies in that room over there, and everyone else has gone outside except for these 3 lovely babies over here. I am like 4, thank you. I am not an infant. Baby.
Don't goblins only live to be like 15 or some shit? Like, they're incredibly short-lived, at last I checked.
Apparently, that's mostly because they usually die in battle by around that age. If they decide to be a little bit more pacifist, we'll say, then they can live longer.
Oh, Well, yeah, no, I mean, I suppose that's possible. Like, kobold, kobold, no, that tracks. Kobolds, orcs, grimlocks, your standard fare. Yeah, none of them seem to live that long.
It says here that some goblins can live up to the same ages as dwarves and elves.
Yep.
Some.
Yeah, it's because the ones that are vixes, again, like you said, because they're smart, they know not, and they're not controlled by a malicious god. They're not sent into fucking slaughter often.
Yeah, so 15 isn't the ripe old age, it's more so the life expectancy.
Well, I'll have to add that to the... I'll have to add that one to the notes. That is... I'll have to add that one to the notes. The libraries, back home got that fact a little wrong. Just a hair. Or, at the very least, failed to mention that part.
Huh. Your libraries are in need of, they need replacing.
Well, there's only one that's actually worth a damn, and some asshole is trying to set the continent it's located on fire. So that's part of why we're here.
Oh, stopping a fire then. Well, I certainly don't like fires. I mean, they can be nice and warm and relaxing, but when they're spreading across and burning all the trees and the grass and everything to the ground, I have a little bit of a problem with it.
I just said metaphorically, I think.
Oh.
Like, 91% positive that it's not going to be a literal fire. But it depends on which of the... it depends on which of the fucking Legion of Doom is in charge of that.
Legion of Doom. Sounds like a Feywild Mafia group.
I'm not even gonna ask. Anyways, I overheard a bit of that conversation. I overheard a little bit of that conversation with that you lot have with Carolus. You don't hold too much of that against him. That's all I'm good. Don't hold too much of what he said against him. You or the kids.
What do you mean? Do you kids hold anything against Carolus? Well, I mean, he did ask me not to eat the book, and I wasn't gonna.
Yeah, that kind of kind of thing.
Stupid remarks.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, we won't hold that against him unless he says something even worse.
No, that's probably gonna be me that does that. He is the test He is the test round for some of the out of pocket shit that'll come out of my mouth.
The fact that you gave me forewarning means that I have at least some time to prepare.
Well, you should already know. I had to work on you like a mechanic, and that's normally Chase's job.
I don't even know what that is. You keep mentioning mechanic and things, weird things like engine and under the hood. Were you looking in places you shouldn't have been looking?
I had to. It was medical. Except I'm also not a doctor, usually. That is usually Edored.
That is what we call perverted. Tisk.
I can promise you that it only ever appears that way. Any perversion that takes place is purely coincidental.
At this time, we're gonna have to wrap it up for your turn.
Yeah.
I gave you a little extra because of the first conversation was completely wasted, but we will have to wrap it up.
Well,
I'm not gonna have it end with somebody calling Thama a pervert, though. Feel free to retort.
I did. I said any appearance of perversion on the part of my actions is purely coincidental.
Ah, perfect.
As hard as that is to believe.
Then, unless there's something you need to lead off on, then we should probably end it there.
Now it's a situation of I had something, but like I completely lost my train of thought once I started talking.
Hey, if you can think of it when it comes back around to your turn, if you guys aren't just ready to leave, then you go for it. But in this case, Evelyn and Akira have both elected to just ready up for leaving. So we'll go back up to the top, but I highly recommend that whatever needs doing is done in this round. Otherwise, this might have to be a bit more of a relaxation episode, mostly because of timing, which it can totally be. Just up to you guys. So, Kaylee, come to you.
Just keep what I said in mind. If anything gets too bad, you have to get out of here.
But we're certainly not going to risk the circus, and most importantly, not anybody inside of it. They've been doing decently well so far, but if what was said is true, then that means that the attacks simply are not going to stop. We have
Not only
got to
that,
stop
they're
it.
they're going to get worse. Once you guys start fighting back, they're going to apply more and more pressure.
Oh, well. That is true. It's only a few of us that have been fighting back as of late, and seemed to be enough at the time, but Koji assisting and him wanting to help with others getting a little bit more self-defense training, they might feel it necessary to send in more in order to make up.
Is there any place in the Feywild that you guys can hide this place?
We could go into the summer court and stay there, but at the same time, I think I have an idea. You leave that to me, and I'll see if I can get the proper arrangements.
Just please keep what I said in mind.
Of course, of course.
I'll leave you be.
Oh, it's all right. You're not a bother.
I can't really think of anything else that I want to do, so I'm just gonna cut it off there.
Okay, you're on standby.
Yeah.
Then, Anaran, we will come back to you.
How are you feeling?
Renewed. Best way I can really describe it. Your friend has a very strange way with words, but they were cutting and convincing nonetheless.
Which one?
The hooded one. Let's see, I know that doesn't narrow it down either. What was his name? Bell or Thama?
Oh, okay.
It is strange how you call him something different every day, but you know.
I know you said you wanted to help out with the diamonds. But, let's face it, you're a man of the body, not a man of gemstones. You excel at fighting. Yes?
This is true.
Close your eyes.
Very well.
What is the number one source of your strength?
That would be my people, actually.
Do you remember what they sound like?
I do.
Picture it. Play it in your head. Every time you fought, every time you fight, from now on, imagine what they would tell you and do it. They are not here, but they are here. He taps him in the heart and he taps him on the forehead.
Something I seem to have lost grasp of.
As far as we're aware, they're still alive. Fight with your life for the day to see them again. I have other people doing other things around here to make the fighting easier. Your objective is to simply remove any hostile force from the board that you can. Knock them out, and if needs be, end them. No mercy. Any rage you feel, save it for the Inus. All of this is mercy.
Very well then. Well, I will be relinquishing my duties as a gatherer of gems for you. Perhaps I can find another who would be willing to do such a thing, and also perhaps if they're quite good at it, maybe even be able to cast that spell of yours before having to wait on you all the time.
Do that. When we get back to the city court, we'll have Yuki back. Yuki will be able to assist the way she knows how. You will need to build a new team here as we get them. But never lose sight of just sharing a meal with the people you want to share a meal with.
When I first came to here, I thought you all were a bunch of lunatics. But now I see that I was absolutely correct.
Oh, we are lunatics, yes.
But in the best way possible.
You'll just pat him on the shoulder. I understand what you're going through. I've lost a lot of people in my time too.
Let's make sure that it doesn't continue then, shall we?
Bob, as you are aware, things are needing to escalate. The number one priority after we're done with these tasks is to eliminate the Inu clan as a threat.
All right. If that's the case, I'm sorry.
I understand where Kaylee is coming from. She is the type to worry, and her worry is well-founded. However, you are a target. You flee, they will chase. Who knows how many innocent people in the material realm they will hurt if they chase after you there. I know there's endless gateways between the material and here. So, our only conclusion is to eliminate the threat.
So you intend to stick it to them directly then?
I intend to hunt down. A couple of us have a reason to go after them, one of us more than everyone else. Two of us, personally.
I know that Kitsune friend of yours, Akira, would probably have a say in this for sure. Though I can't imagine any one of you wanting to turn the other cheek after what you've seen.
We're not here to settle grudge matches. But we are here to take care of problems that we've been made aware of. And frankly, after finding a child being used as a soldier, I'm very pissed off. So, take care of yourselves, take care of your own. And I have to agree with Koji. I think it's time the carnival hangs up its carnival roots for just a while.
If not just for the people who work here, but the people who come here for a fun time. Nobody ever wants to go somewhere that's supposed to be fun and leaving with tears and screams. I never want that to happen.
Get with Silk and Gem. They will tell you what I have told them. I think it's time we booby-trap this entire campground, or carnival ground, whatever you want to call it. They want to fight here? Fine. We'll make them regret that. They will try to change their tactics, and by then, we'll already be at their front door.
No, I agree. It needs to happen. All right.
Sorry, but this is happening.
This, to me, if it was ever going to happen, then I'm glad that it is happening with more staunch allies at our side. Those that we have an increasing debt to settle.
You have no debt.
Who do you think you're talking to? You should know better. You're a wood elf. You know how us Fae work.
I do. That's why I'm trying to stop it before it takes a root.
Oh,
already
good
too
luck.
late.
Good luck.
Alright.
Hey, at the very least, it's not you owing us anything.
Let's go take care of these last 2 tasks. See what the hell a demon is doing here. And that's it. I'm done for the entirety of the roleplay.
All right. So with that, Bob actually goes in, meets up with Silk and Gem, and a now awakening Lotus. So, Carolus, anything more from you before?
Nope. Ready to get going.
All right, Chase, how about you?
He'll get back. Like I said, he's been talking to the craftsmen and whatnot, also teaching them how to quickly utilize things like nets, some of the other adventure tools such as caltrops and ball bearings. How even a basic little tool can cause a lot of havoc on the battlefield for their enemies, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Other than that, no, I got nothing.
All right, then that leaves us with Belle. So, if there's anything more that you would like to leave off with, then we will do so. Otherwise, we will begin with the next quest.
No. Nope. I'm good.
All right. Then, with that, with everyone all caught up with everything that needs done here, you have now found out that the carnival is going to start focusing on defense. But they are still working with you in order to transport you where you need to go, and you are currently in the Autumn region, close by to your destination. Still going to be, as per usual, a couple of days to get there, but let's see what you come across on the way. So, right now, I'm going to go on ahead and load up the next area. So, if I could get everyone to go on ahead and take your 5-minute break, because things are going to be moving. It's going to be moving. So we move it a little bit. Let's see. So I'll just do a quick roll call then. Belle, are you back? Kaylee?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so Kaylee's back. Careless is back. So Evelyn? Evelyn's back. Akira. Well, I'm sure he's probably back. He's muted, but he's not deafened, so he's probably back as well. So it's just Belle that we're waiting on. But Belle's also muted, so don't know for sure. Meanwhile, I'll get the notes that I have up. Okay, double checking again. Belle, are you back?
Probably take a smoke break.
Probably, yeah. Usually is longer than normal.
Yeah, well, it'll probably be nice when he gets to his father's place. He'll probably have a setup there where he can smoke easier, because I'm pretty sure he has to go all the way outside to do so.
That's true.
So Kagato, from the stream last night, one of the contestants you really like, Lena, the cute one, the cute little one. You there?
I'm sorry. I heard Lena, the cute little one.
From last night's stream. Remember the contestants, the one you thought that was really cute.
Oh, the adorable cat-looking one.
Those are bat people.
They're bats. I see.
Yeah, they're really adorable bat people.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Oh, Kagato,
Yeah,
do not overlook the merchant archetypes.
He already knows.
I already know.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous how overpowered those
We
abilities
just
are.
said it in the stream.
Yeah, he
I
wasn't.
was late. I
yeah,
was
he-
late.
Very. Hold on.
Yeah, he was. I do remember him coming in late to the stream.
He
Yeah,
came
'cause
in
I
like
was
the
beating
last
the game.
hour.
No, I came in like the second to last hour. I was beating the game.
But yeah, you
Oh,
were
welcome
talking
back.
about.
I heard Bell. Was I right? Bell, are you back?
I don't.
No, I don't think that was Bell. I think that was Sky clearing his throat.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was just me.
Oh, never mind.
But also, when you were just talking about when you were gonna get some kind of carriage, and you're talking about the old thing carried by a bird. It's like, yeah, I was the one that made the joke that it's being piloted by an old bird, all right.
Yep, you were right.
The Ceres is a goof, but I love him.
Oh yeah. He is the confidant for the gunner archetype.
I see. That makes sense.
Which is a weird archetype because it's got its uses, but I kind of stopped using it after a point.
It's needed more for unlocking other archetypes.
Yeah, a lot of archetypes are like that, actually, when you think about it.
Yeah, his unlocks by finding artifacts in certain dungeons, so you cannot just constantly talk to him. You have to find the item, then come back to him, similar to Maria. But Maria, you get all of hers during the main quest line. If you just follow the quest, you will get everything you need to deal with her.
There's
Yeah,
Bell.
she's the easiest one to max out immediately.
Anyway,
We can start.
All right. So, welcome back, everybody. We should have been back live. We are. Good. I just need to double check. So, I will go on ahead and set the scene for us. So, as you all set off, the air is crisp and golden as the party ventures through the autumn region of the Feywild, where vibrant leaves drift endlessly on a soft breeze, defying gravity as they spiral and glow faintly in hues of amber and crimson. Trees with bark like bronze shimmer faintly with the orange dim glow of the sun, and the ground is carpeted with moss and roots that weave together into long pathways. Pumpkins seem to grow wildly along the path, each adorning wide grins as the party passes by. And as the party approaches, an old, abandoned-looking tower cloaked in ivy and veins of fiery orange. The scent of spiced cider fills the air. The tower's stones glimmer faintly with traces of dew and lingering spells, and faint whispers of the past seem to echo from its crumbling walls, promising secrets within. You do also find that there is a pathway directly to your right that goes away from this mysterious-looking tower. It seems to be the continuation of your trail.
reroll that again, don't I? Yes, I fucking do, because we don't have a guest character. Evelyn. Evelyn gets the fucking initiative bonus again.
For at least this encounter.
For at least 8 hours, yeah.
So we have a tower to our left and the regular path on the right.
Well, we should be cautious, but we should probably check it out. We might find something that'll be useful.
Our aim is getting the will-o-wisp, correct?
Our
This
aim is to gather the cup of frost from the succubus.
Yes.
Ah.
Will-o-wisp is deep in the winter territory.
That'll
Because
be
we
our
have
last objective, yeah.
the Wendigo. But we might find something of value. Who knows? We might find something about that damnable magic immune creature. You never know. Documents. You never know. That looks like a place you might find old documents. Who knows? But if we want to keep moving, I'm opposed to either side. So what does everyone want to do?
Well, big ass tower in a seemingly tranquil environment in what is otherwise the middle of bumfuck nowhere. At least back home, that is what we would call a wizard's tower. So there's definitely going to be something worthwhile there if we were there. Here, I don't know, but it's as good a time as any to learn.
I see the merit to both, but if anyone wants to go investigate the tower as well, I'm down for it. Just so long as we make sure that we're together and not split up. You never know with this place.
So 2 for either. Thama is saying go to the tower. Any other opinions?
I really don't care as long as nothing chaotic happens again.
Think about where we are as you utter that statement.
What about you, Kaylee? What do you think?
Well, I guess if it's a cup of frost, then it would make the area frosty.
Potentially.
I guess.
It's from what we were told. It's anybody that touches it that does not have cold resistance is not resistance to the cold would take pain. So likely, at least the very general area around it would be frosty.
Hello.
I'm not.
Yes.
Kind of, but
Are these icicles?
No, that's a waterfall.
Okay. It looked like ice to me, so I wasn't exactly sure.
It's because it is ice. It's ice as far as the model is concerned. It's ice, but the person who made this map designed it in a way to make it look like falling waterfalls, because there isn't such a thing available to use. So it's just all falling, flowing. It's cold water. I will say that much. It's cold water, but it's not frozen.
I'm going to cast Sending to Neathre. In your journeys, did you ever find a tower that had a waterfall underneath it? Lots of jack-o'-lantern, lots of smiling pumpkins.
Maybe. Towers have never really been my thing. I might have seen one in passing, but I unfortunately won't be able to tell you much.
Well, our resident Archfey traveler doesn't know anything about it, so...
What about Bob and Tiberius? Maybe they might have heard something from legends or hearsay.
Let's not burn too many of his spell slots, just in case this does turn into something more. Let's go take a look, and if it's too much trouble, we can just leave.
Alright.
If nothing else, we may find something. If I'm right about it being a wizard's tower, we likely find something, like some kind of something to help us along. The parts of this puzzle we don't know how to approach.
Assuming this wizard isn't like the one we went to last time, where it was nothing but frustrating puzzles.
And a dead wizard. But, yeah, let's just stick together, watch your corners.
Careless, don't go first.
Yep, good point.
Actually, Thama and Kaylee should go first. Thama to look for traps, Kaylee to disarm them.
So, I am...
You've been pushed ahead in order to find the traps. So as you continue up the winding staircase, you do not find anything, at least directly, that you can tell just using your eyes. No such traps anywhere. There's lots of magic to actually witness. Not to say it's powerful magic by any means, just little wisps here and there along the air and almost like little roots of magic going through the rocks, but nothing extravagant.
16 Arcana, can I at least determine a school?
Oh, it's all over the place. Various different kinds.
Okay.
It seems as though lots of different kinds of magic was practiced or researched here.
Okay.
Just lingering effects. As you reach the top of the staircase, you do find that the tower is very, very close by, and it is definitely in ruins. Though, there still doesn't seem to be any traps.
I'm keeping my ears out for any sounds that seem a little unusual for this place, as we are slowly experiencing it. The sounds of rocks falling suddenly, twigs snapping.
The only sound so far seems to be the continuously running water of the waterfall, as well as the faint winds around you and a couple of birds chirping, typical forest animals, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Pathway over here.
No, there's. I guess there is. There's also an entrance over here, Carolus.
You're going to find that there are a couple of pathways to take. A door that's open and a continuous walkway. Though, seems that you have chosen to go the continuous path. And doing so, you do find that there is a window, a door, and even some torches that, oh my goodness, that's not supposed to be there. I didn't realize that there was a dead body pinned to the wall. That should not be there. So, yeah, there is no dead body pinned to the wall, but there are indeed a couple of windows and a door. Belle, since you are looking directly through the window, you find what appears to be a dusty, completely abandoned living space. There is a large bed. There is a chest full of what appears to be goblets and plates. So it wasn't just an ordinary fae living here. Somebody a bit more sophisticated, perhaps.
Dust and cobwebs, or like, because that's a lot of. Like, this is just like dust and stuff, or
yeah, it's just a sign of abandonment.
Okay.
It's I should probably say you are not finding spider webs actually that big. If you do find spider webs, I mean, they're going to be spider webs, but they're going to be Feywild spider webs. They're going to have unique designs. They're going to glow a little bit, but they're not going to be of any, like, giant evil variety.
Well. Okay. Let's see what's behind door number 1.
Kaylee is gut checking the door, and she will find that it is, well, old and decrepit, not budging. It appears to actually be locked.
I'm pretty sure she was
just puts her
knocking.
finger underneath the lock. It's just like Gucci.
And with that, the door opens. Because it's not a severely good lock. There's just no way that you're going to need to roll to pick that lock. At this point, if it's something that needs to roll to be picked, it's going to be like a magical chest of some sort. So she just sticks her finger under and just goes, coo, and the door just opens right on up. You just hear the latch go click. It just swings open.
I have a passive 28 in lockpicking.
Good
Well,
grief.
sleight of hand, technically.
Oh my goodness.
Well, let's search the area, mark anything of value, but like, let's make sure this place is abandoned before we just start actually abandoned before we just start taking shit. But
Sounds fair to
still,
me.
you know, poke around, see what isn't nailed down, and make a note of it.
A lot of spider webs here, though.
It's
I specifically asked about that. It's not. No, it's not that.
it's not just spider webs, and they're not that big. It's just really just a sign of decrepit decay and abandonment.
Knock, knock.
I'll just
Literally
mark
my
it. I'll just-
favorite monster type to use as a DM. That's why first thing I asked.
I'm just making a remark about how much there was in character. Not that there might be a spider.
Anaran, I'm going to have to ask you to roll for strength, please.
Oh, okay. One moment. As I probably roll a 0. I rolled a 9.
You rolled a 9. You just knock on it a couple of times, and it just barely jars open and starts to slowly swing open just from a draft in the air.
Found something.
Come on, let's take a look.
I just had to ask because if you rolled above a 15, the door would have fallen down. So, what you find is a room that appears to be like a wizard's room or a witch's room. Can't really tell, but whoever was in here was very much into researching all sorts of Feywild magic.
Sama, I found your man cave.
I don't recall having a vacation home set up here.
Pretty elaborate stuff here.
There's a
Is
lot
it?
of
'Cause I'm going over this room with a fine-tooth comb on for investigation.
I think all of us that are currently in here should have an investigation roll.
Sure.
Right, Kagato?
Why not? Go for it. We'll give you some time, and then we'll let Kaylee do her turn in the next room, so everybody gets a little bit of a chance to explore.
All right, who wants to roll investigation first?
Let's let the you can
Yeah.
assist Thama then. That'll give him the
Yeah.
advantage.
All right.
I'll go ahead.
Well, I already have advantage on investigation, but
Oh well,
I give him a D4. There we go.
yeah, there you go.
All right.
Well, we'll go with the. We'll go. You know what? Let's just go with the initiative that we had before. So if that's the case, hold on to your rules. That means that Kaylee actually would go first. So
Okay.
we'll just go with what Kaylee is doing along with Sue and Evelyn. So Kaylee, you are currently at this door. This door is also seemingly locked. How would you like to attempt to open this?
She puts her finger into the hole.
Oh my.
So the door, the door, for whatever reason, looks a little bit blushed. You can't really tell. It could have been the light, but it just opens up. However, within, you do find that this is indeed somebody's bedroom. Has not been used for what you could tell, years upon years, dozens, if not hundreds. It is old, yet still somehow kept together.
Slowly opens.
Ah,
Wardrobe.
so you find the large doors. These are not locked. And you find yourself looking at a wardrobe of
I want the lamp.
clothes.
I want the lamp. Give me the lamp. I want it.
There's a lamp?
Like a moth to the flame. She wants lamp.
Lamp! There's a lamp?
I don't see a lamp.
Right here.
Oh, I need to probably raise it higher. Oh,
there is a
the thing that looks like a genie's lamp. All right, yeah, you reach up and you grab it.
Everyone's just like, no!
Nope, you reach up and you grab that lamp.
Okay. I'll pocket it for later.
Yep. When you pick it up, you hear a slight little sloshing inside.
Well, that's probably not what I'm expecting. But maybe it's just regular oil lamp. I don't know. Could be. Anything else inside here?
You find some clothes that don't look like they would fit somebody like you, and some bottles that have long since been smashed and spilled.
Boring closes the wardrobe.
It's closed. There.
Alright. Let's look in this chest.
Inside the chest, you do find some goblets, and you do find some plates. Unfortunately, none of them are emitting any sort of cold.
Okay. What about in here?
Ah, the drawer appears to be locked.
Ooh. A Gucci, 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 Gucci.
So you just hear it starting to laugh a little bit as just the smiling face that looks like it's like trying to hold back that laughter just appears on the mirror before it just pops open. Inside, you will find some notes. Those notes appear to be written in Sylvan, however.
Oh, I think I can read it. Or can I just understand Sylvan?
Do you have
How
anything
does
that
it
allows
work?
you to understand Sylvan?
I thought her connection with Nami allowed her to understand Sylvan.
You know what? I did say that, didn't I?
Yes.
Okay. So you do find these notes, and they appear to be research into a kind of a creature. The creature has no name. It is something that has been spotted, but nobody knows exactly what it is. It appears to be very lizard-like, and it's like it's rapidly evolving. There hasn't been enough sightings on it yet to continue any research, according to those notes.
And that's all that the notes say about it?
That's all the notes say about that. You will find that there are some other things inside. There is a golden ring. There is a silver necklace with an amethyst actually on the pendant.
Well, I'm not like Belle, who's waiting around for something that's probably not even here, and she's just gonna take it.
Yoink, yoink. Okay, she takes the gold ring and she takes the amethyst pendant silver necklace.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
I'm
polite
guessing
thing to
kind of-
do. It could just be a.
Well, Kaylee is not the polite person. Kaylee is very much the opposite of polite.
She's a
But the
thief.
others
What
are
the
not
fuck do
gonna
you
know
expect?
that. Exactly. And open up this.
All
The only
right.
thing she won't steal is from our personal pockets.
So you open those up.
We can't say that. She's done that before.
You open those up and you find that these have some other interesting things inside. And it's not what you would come to expect in the Feywild. These are collections of pouches of gold and silver.
Uh-oh. Well,
How
we're never
much?
gonna see this.
How much?
We're going to say about, 570.
Of what?
Grand total. So we'll have to split that up in gold and silver, but it'll be like all, if it was all converted, it'd be like 570 gold. Silver is like
It's
Like
silver is 10 silver per 1 gold.
okay, so it's gonna be like oh jeez.
We can work
It's
it
a
out.
lot of
Yeah.
silver, but that can be worked
We
out
can work
later.
that out later.
Yeah.
You know, we know the amount, the total amounts, so you guys can figure that out later.
Yeah, probably
So
for the
we
best.
can't-
He could
don't
have
know
said
what
copper. Like it's not a real game until you've exited a dungeon with
But-
3 carts that are just full of copper pieces.
That,
She's
anyways,
gonna take it out. Here, you want to hold on to it?
I don't say anything if you don't say anything.
I was just gonna put it in the group pot, but
And she just stuffs it down Evelyn's chest. There you go.
here, buy yourself something nice. And I'll cut it off. Let them go and get what they want.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the room of mystery, let's start with Anaran.
Well, if this is the house of mystery, I'm just taking it.
Guidance. Go, Bell. Search. Find whatever you can find that's useful. I am not good at this searchy. You go.
Okay. Well, with that, investigation of 28 in order. I am in descending order. I'm looking for spell books, technical manuals, whatever was being researched here specifically, and any magical items to speak of.
All right. Well, you do find quite a few things. First off is, if you need one, a spell book that has yet to be used. It will be blank. However, it is very ornate looking, very large, a little dusty on top, but it does look very, very arcane and old compared to the one that you have right now. So, cosmetic upgrade, yay. As far as anything else, though, there is a spell book that does have some strange spells that you've never quite seen before in there. Do you know Sylvan?
I know comprehend languages.
Okay.
Or Mataran can just poke his head over and be like, "Oh, I can read this."
Either way, I have the means to steal this spell book and finally get to use the ability to upgrade my known spell, increase my known spells through direct theft of a spell book.
Okay, if that's the case, I will give you a list of spells that you can add to it later, since I do not have a list for them right now. But there are indeed some spells in there that you likely do not have, and spells in there that none of you would likely have, considering they are very, very unique Feywild spells.
What's the highest spell level that's here?
In
Just like poking it.
5.
Oh.
I can cast everything in here.
Well, I don't recognize a single fucking spell in here. But whoever had this spell book was almost equal power to us. Almost.
Okay. That's spell books, technical manuals. Any indication of what they're doing was the second on the list.
All right, the next thing, as you're looking around, you do find several scrolls that look like that they have some etchings of some sort of creation. It's very... best way I can really describe it is that it's closer to goblin tech than anything else you might have seen, but it itself also has a unique flair to it. It does seem to be combining some amount of magic along with practical technology.
Chase, there are arcane blueprints here.
Okay, I'll look at them in a minute. I'm sifting through this stuff. Show me in a moment.
Okay. And the third is just general magic items in this vicinity.
As far as general magic items, you do not find anything else of note. Everything seems to have either lost all of its magic or nearly lost all of its magic to where it's just like a faint glow, if nothing else, or has worn away. Like all these bowls here that look like there's something in it, like rice, and like they're empty.
Okay, that takes care of my investigation on this little corner. So next down the list, like whoever actually should
Let me double check. Kagato, is this a new day?
This is the same day. This is later. This is later in the afternoon of when you left.
All right, so I don't get to change my spell out. A spell or two out. Okay, so let's see. That's what we found over there. I mean, he must be pretty fucking happy.
It's a wizard's tower. I guarantee you, if there's no one here that's going to mind theft, this place exists for me to pilfer.
Okay. Since I helped him out, I'm just gonna go to this corner and I'm just gonna just see if anything catches my eye. Not even bother trying to in depth, just whatever catches my eye of more unique from the rest.
Okay. The one thing that catches your eye that's unique from all the rest of the things that you found is yet another book with a really, really, really big skull-looking thing on it.
I'm assuming it has latches to keep the book closed.
It does indeed.
Sama, here. He just grabs it, brings it over. I don't know what this is, but it caught my eye. I don't like it, but it caught my eye.
Just at a glance, an Arcana of 17.
The book itself doesn't give off any kind of magical effects. It is just a book, apparently.
This is either an edgelord's diary or something really, really bad's gonna happen when I open it, and I am just enough of a fiend to find out which. So give me that.
So you yoink the book. You find that you can't really open it though because it's got straps.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna attempt to actually open it until everyone else has done their stuff.
Oh,
So-
okay. Well, then you have yoinked the book, and let me put it in front of you. Oof. Why not?
Although latch, that means key. Like it's on, like there's a lock to it, or.
Oh, I never said that.
No,
Okay.
there's something holding it closed. I don't know, just take the book back and just kind of look it over, see if this is just like a briefcase lock where you have to flip two things in order to get it to unfold, or if it looks like this is something that unfolds but not physically.
Leather belts. 2 leather belts.
Ah.
Oh, it's literally just unclip it. Okay. Anyways, whoever's doing the next search, I guess.
That would be careless.
Yep, I'm just checking over this area over here.
Considering looks like that book is kind of multiple books stacked together to make it look like a big book. So both of them actually. So those 2 there are the ones that Thama already saw. But as far as anything else that you're finding, you find lots of storage units. What was your roll?
I didn't roll.
Then
Okay,
please
it's
roll.
my turn. Hey, natural 20, 24.
With a 24, okay. You rummage through things. You find those scrolls up there are various different kind of designs for different things. Though you can't really make heads or tails of it, but most of them seem to be like almost close to like appliances or little tools. Either self-automated or various other different kinds. Though the notes being written down in Sylvan, unless you know them, you don't really know what they're saying. The only other thing of note in this area worth checking out is that little wooden box over towards your left, or the metal cauldron, but I would probably suggest not opening up the cauldron unless you want to have a big cloud of smoke of coal coming up into your face.
Nope, he's going towards the wooden box.
Yep. So the box. You see the box.
Roll to investigate the box.
You're just going to investigate the box, okay.
Or basically open it up, see what's inside of it.
Oh, you're going to open it. Okay. So, you open the box. You lift up the lid and you peer inside and you find yourself a little bracelet. Actually, not even really that little. It's something that even you could wear.
Describe what the bracelet looks like.
It's got a kind of a rose gold metal to it as the main component, and it's adorned with really, really small but still relatively plentiful purple colored gems of various different kind of color hues. Like, they're not all exactly the same like they were mass produced. These all look like they were naturally found and placed. Similar in color, not exact, kind of crude, but charming.
Can I ask you to come over here real fast?
Okay. What am I looking at?
This bracelet in here. Do you think you can, I don't know, maybe see if there's any kind of arcane force to it? Because the last time I picked up a piece of jewelry, we learned that it was cursed later.
I mean, 24 Arcana.
There is something magical about this bracelet.
Yeah, it's giving off something, but you might need to actually have... But Chase is the one that has detect magic for specifics.
He'll look
Detect
over his
magic
shoulder.
and identify anyways.
He'll look over his shoulder. Hey, Chase, when you're done over there, do you mind coming over here?
Yeah.
You know, he's weary about, like, fucking jewelry lately. But he's keeping an eye on it. Wary. I walked into that one. That was actually a good one.
That's...
But, well...
That wasn't a
Is-
pun! Weary is tired! Wary is cautious.
Yeah. I can't talk tonight.
That would be the last thing that you would find in your location.
Alright, because I was looking at this little dragon egg. But I'll wait for Chase to come over.
That is not a dragon egg. That is a glass container that has gotten a bunch of dust on it. And if you wipe it off a little bit and peer inside, there is nothing inside.
Okay. I'll wait for Chase to come over. Let him do his investigation.
All right, then Chase, we come to you.
Okay. Rolled a 24, so with Flash of Genius, it's a 29.
Good grief. All right. So these appear to be research books on various different kinds of Feywild creatures. It's very much like somebody has been grabbing and just going through and going through and going through. And that's why they're all stacked up. They're everything going from what you see there from A to J before it stops. Unfortunately, there's nothing that is really kind of that book on top isn't supposed to be like open, well, because they're all closed. So it's not like open to a specific page and set to a side.
It's just, okay, so it's just from A to J.
A to J.
And just to J. Nothing. No K. No nothing.
You see other letters up on top basically right above you. They haven't been grabbed yet. It just stops at J on the floor.
He stopped here, so Chase is gonna pick up the books and involve J and see if he can find anything that's been bookmarked.
Okay. As you go through it, you do find that somebody has had evidence of hastily going through. Some pages look a little bit torn, though you might think, oh, well, this is probably a bookmark of some kind. But it doesn't seem to be related to anything of that you're looking into, anything of real importance. It's not on any specific name or picture. It's just random. That is until you find that there is something strange about this book. Go on ahead and roll me investigation.
13, so I'll do a flash of genius to make it an 18.
Okay. You do notice that a page has been torn right out of the beginning of this book.
Anybody see any torn pages around here?
Let me take a quick look around. I'll look around for any pages that look torn.
Okay. Looking around for pages that are torn and missing from a book, please roll investigation.
Fuck.
I'll
Alright.
also.
Yeah,
I'll
so
also do
guidance. Yeah, guidance on myself. Yeah. Here.
You
got
cut
an
off
8.
slightly.
I got an 8.
8, okay.
I-
Then you didn't get cut
I got
off.
26.
26. Okay, Belle. So, unfortunately, you do not find any torn pages. But you do find something with your comprehend languages that you do find some notes that are written down. There are things that start with a J and an A, and then it's like various different types of things that it could possibly be, but they're all different kinds of words. So,
Wait,
like
no,
jamboree,
I'm sorry.
January, Jake and Paul, things like that.
Jack Frost.
As a player, I know what this is, but unfortunately, I don't know if Chase's knowledge would be enough to figure this out.
We can find out.
Okay, would this be what would be a possible role for this? Arcana or nature?
This is going to be a nature roll, and this is going to be you putting logic together of things that you have seen that you're trying to put together. Let's see if this is something that you would first know of first. So,
I'll assist.
this is going to be nature.
I'll assist. I'm proficient with nature.
Okay.
So at least he's rolling with advantage.
29.
Yeah, I think you got it. So,
Vorpal blade with Snickers snack.
you're on the right track.
And thus did the Jabberwock fall back.
Oh,
Jabberwock? Oh.
It's just I remember hearing stories, barely reading in books. I guess it would possibly be a Feywild creature.
That would make sense.
With that knowledge, I'm going to need you to roll one last investigation.
All of us?
We're going to make this a group roll for everybody in that room.
Okay. I'm gonna just let everybody else roll first before I roll the fucking shit. Okay, so guidance again. Oh, actually. Oh. Well, now.
27.
13.
3.
22.
That's 3 out of 4 victories. So, with the knowledge that he had just provided about the Jabberwock, all of you look around the room to see if this might hold water. And all the evidence now that you're finding in this room does seem to point that whoever was last here was investigating a creature by the name of the Jabberwock. And there are notes that seem to decree things like, not what we originally expected. Far more different than we thought. Evolves as it goes. Madness incarnate.
Isn't that just me?
Creature.
That's right.
Shut up, Belle.
We found information about the creature. This is what
So this-
chased off Nami.
Big lizard, immune to magic, highly adaptable. That would fit the criteria.
So it's a Jabberwock.
But if I recall, isn't the Jabberwock in all of its stories revered as a dragon?
Yeah, but
He did say not what we expected. Stories-
True.
stories-
Material
I-
Feywild.
did not expect that conversation to be relevant, Carolus.
Why do you say?
Remember what the children told you.
That's actually a good point. Dragons here are
Oh.
about the size of a house cat, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
It means something is feeding it, letting it get big, or it's being enhanced by some form of outside force.
Possibly the Drowned King, perhaps?
Well, size also doesn't matter a whole hell of a lot. Look, I mean, like,
True, those mushrooms were giving us hell.
Alright. I think we found out some information. We found out what we need from here. Let's see if there's any last things and get out of here. We do have other things to attend to.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We have a start, gentlemen.
Finally, something.
I'm just gonna grab the box with the bracelet then.
Yep,
Alright.
grab everything. I'll look at it later.
Yep,
I just
Carolus will
imagine
get the
Belle's
box.
got the portable hole and is just like scooping everything in.
basically,
Yeah, okay.
unironically.
Yep. So, yeah, he's just scooping everything in. There's just a sound of ransacking coming from that room, Kaylee. Not like you would know anything about that. You just daintily just like, this is mine. This is mine.
Though, I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna put this on the record right fucking now. If you're about to have us be playing Alien Isolation with a fucking house cat-sized dragon, I'm calling it now.
Okay. One last
Yes.
door. I say we check out what's here and then we move on. Sound
Don't
fair?
want us to get to the top of the tower? Alright.
Well, I mean,
Well-
the big door's right in front of us, so
Just check. You gonna check out the big door? You find that it is not locked.
Mama, Kaylee, you first.
You
Before
come
you go,
across a gated door.
Kaylee looks at Careless. Stop it.
what?
I don't know.
come across
Is
a
this
gated door.
pickable Is this a pickable lock, or do you need to stand
Wait.
on Carolys's shoulders to get over this?
Chase, I had a thought. What
It's
if this
pickable.
belonged to the Drowned King before they became the Drowned King?
Things to speculate for later.
Fair enough.
If that's the case, he doesn't live here now, so this stuff here is up for grabs.
Is the door locked?
Nope.
It smelled Kaylee was like, oh, I better unlock myself.
So you find an ornate pathway that seems to go further.
I'm just gonna teleport Sue down to the bottom because dragging her while getting chased down there while she's flying causes issues.
Well,
So, you found the bathroom. Good job.
I severely hope he didn't piss and shit where he bathed.
I am mostly kidding. This does seem to be a large, clean pond of some kind, a very tranquil looking place. It does go fairly deep, but you can't really tell where exactly it goes. Does get dark down there, but that is something that I think that Anaran should probably know, considering
Statue?
the statue looks oddly like a depiction of the Raven Queen.
Okay, what's the status of this statue? How broken is it? How
Oh,
not
it's
broken is it?
it looks like it is at least 200 years old of neglect.
So parts of it are missing.
Yes.
Okay. Anaran's like, well, I'm gonna be busy a little bit. You guys can do whatever the fuck you want.
I didn't know that door was there. Huh. Well, let's see where it leads.
Oh.
There's
Really?
doors on both sides.
Huh, I didn't know that. Well then, looks like we're learning together.
Oh, I see.
We are learning together, everyone. So you come across the... I didn't even realize this was a door. That's cool. That looks like a boss door.
I see it. I see it. I see what's behind it.
Yeah, so do I.
Well,
I don't think that's supposed to be there.
fuck it. We ball. So...
We both.
So you find a door with a skeleton motif and 2 gems underneath the skeleton face. There are no eyes in the skeleton socket.
While they're doing this, Anaran's just like, okay, start sweeping this off, make it look a little bit prettier, then we start doing other things.
Yeah.
Start removing weeds and such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as we have learned, wizards have a bad habit of attempting to recreate the fucking Raccoon City Police Department with its architecture.
21 for investigating this door.
Those 2 gems that are underneath that skull head look like they would fit nicely in that skull head.
Up. We're gonna move the gems into the skull head.
Yeah. Take the gems out, and they seem to pop out with some resistance. And then you stick them in the skull. The skull's eyes then light up. And that's when you hear the sound of screeching metal behind it. And the door opens as you see 3 things of note. The first is apparently a gap with a pathway with holes in it that spikes are now firing out of. Beyond that is an area with spikes coming out of the walls, and then finally there's another pit with spikes coming out of it that has no walkway, but there is quite a bit of gold at the very end. In fact, more gold and silver and gems than you've ever seen in the Feywild.
Alright, take the portable hole. Go, Prince of Persia.
And jump!
Go, Princess of Persia.
With that ceiling as it is, it's not supposed to be high enough to really jump. You're gonna have to try and do some acrobatics. So please roll me some acrobatics.
Kagato, you forget. She has a long jump of yes.
Well, it's fine. I'll roll acrobatics anyway.
Just humor me with the acrobatics.
It's a 30.
Okay, you just walk through. You don't do long jump. You just walk through and you just ultra instinct every single fucking spike. You just casually stroll over, like, oh, here's gold. Do-do-do-do-do. Put it all in.
Scoop up all the gold.
You
into
just
the portable hole.
step back over and
I really am Prince of Persia. Isn't Prince of Persia based around like time?
yep.
Yes.
The sense
One of them
time
is.
It's a
but-
time, yes, but not any of the others.
The popular one. And there you go. You just hop, skip, to jump across a trap and picked up the gold at the end, and you're all done.
We don't talk about Warrior Within.
Nobody talks about Bruno.
Anyway,
We don't talk about Bruno.
Meanwhile,
She goes to hand back the portable hole, but she holds on to it for a second. She's just like, you better split it.
We all know that there's gold there, Kaylee.
I deserve 50.
Uh,
I'm the one who ultra instinct and opened up the door.
25%.
You realize I technically could have just Misty
30.
stepped over there myself, right?
Also, yeah, we could have just done that.
Hey,
Done that.
hey,
Anyway, point
hey. Well, negotiations can handle later. Let's get whatever else we can. here
Evelyn's
and get out of
apparently
here.
already at the other one.
Yes.
That one's empty. But yeah, and
It's not empty. There's a box in there.
Is there a box? Oh, okay, never mind.
all right. So Evelyn, you see a sinister-looking door in front of you, a skull face with no eyes, and yet 2 gems beneath it.
Let's see, judging by how things went. If I were to assume that that this is kind of happening at the same time, then I'll roll an investigation to see how I can figure this out myself.
All right, go ahead.
$19.
With a 19, you see a little something that is scratched over on the side of the stone that shows a skull and then a skull with 2 little shining eyes, as if somebody tried to remember how to do this incredibly hard puzzle, which gives you the idea, maybe I should put these gems in the eyes.
Then I just do that.
You immediately do so. You find that there is indeed a small pitfall and a little bit of rubble, but there is an unopened box at the end.
Let's see here. do. And then I'm just gonna lay down the X wall right on top of it.
Oh my god. Well, that's using your brain. Yeah, you activate it and you essentially make a makeshift short bridge. Congratulations, you passed the puzzle. And then you find the chest.
I'm gonna investigate the chest to make sure. Like there's nothing on it.
All right, go on ahead and roll investigation.
That it's not like rigged to explode when someone opens it or some shit.
That'd be a 10.
All right, you don't find any traps.
Open you do?
You open up the chest?
Yep.
All right. A cloud of smoke just poofs right up into your face. There's nothing else that you see inside. I didn't know that there was stuff in there, but I didn't know that these were here. But yes, you open it up, and it seems that it is just a big cloud of smoke. You don't feel any pain. In fact, you don't feel anything.
Yeah. It's all dusty.
Oh.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Here is not the only member of the poultry family now.
Yeah, as they probably see look on the other side, they see a chicken just come out.
Yeah, you all just noticed that Evelyn went in, but then a chicken just casually just walks on out.
This is why we said don't. Well, nope. It's like I'm not gonna. Huh. Chickens are not natural to this plane.
Inside of 12.
Anaran.
Anaran just pokes himself up from somewhere on the statue. What?
Chicken.
Food.
That's what
Evelyn?
I'm thinking.
Evelyn went in that door over there, then a chicken came out, and I haven't heard anything. Sue, go see if Evelyn's over there. Sue
All
runs
right,
over
chicken.
and
If you are Evelyn, answer me this one question. 2 box yes, 1 box no. Do you hate my tea or not?
Evelyn, unfortunately, you have no idea what he just said. You don't know that he's asking you a question. All the language you understand is chicken.
and Sue goes over here. She goes, no Evelyn over here. Uh-oh.
She wouldn't kind of notice that my little S-wall been left there.
Oh, yeah, I guess she would. She was, the wall's here. She's gonna reclaim that. Yeah, not over here. What did you do to her, chicken? Okay. All right. I think I got this. I got this.
Okay.
This Chase is gonna take the Ring of Friendship and cast Speak with Animals. Hey, you. Are you Evelyn?
He is apparently speaking to you in chicken. You do understand this.
Yeah. Why are you thinking otherwise, Chase?
Well, I mean, I know you had thighs before, but have you seen yourself right now? You got.
Here's the thing, Evelyn. He asked that of you, and you look at yourself, and you don't see anything wrong.
I don't know. I haven't seen a meal around lately, so.
Why don't you go see Anaran for a checkup, just to be sure, and maybe next time don't go off without us? Please?
Well,
He's speaking chicken right now.
Apparently.
to be fair, everyone just kind of grouped up to one side, So I guess it was left to me to go check out the other side.
We were gonna check that after we checked this side. We were supposed to stay together, Evelyn.
Then what was Aaron doing?
He's still together. He's with us. He was just with the... Evelyn, stop being difficult.
He's polishing his lady's feet, apparently.
Please. Go see Anaran for a checkup. Please.
Oh, that's how I get out of doing it. Okay, yeah. Like, cause I still have comprehend languages active.
Doesn't
So
sing
I
with
can't
animals.
speak chicken, but I can understand what Chase is saying.
You can even understand what what Evelyn's saying.
Yes.
What do you think about this spell? Do you think I should go check with Aaron? Or leave him to statue clean?
I think you should count your lucky stars that I do not own an air fryer.
And she just hears gibberish.
Yeah, like Evelyn doesn't understand me.
But you're not helping.
Helping.
Please. Please, Evelyn.
Hi.
So Anaran, walking up behind you, presenting herself so perfectly to you, is a chicken.
Look out!
A chicken.
Anaran, Evelyn fucked up.
Alright, put her in a cage.
Hmm. Can I do an unarmed peck attack?
If you want to, sure.
Thing as a 10.
I don't think you're going to be doing anything to anyone unless it's like a worm.
If he crit, he'd do 1 point of damage.
I mean, it's Anaran's not the 10 doesn't necessarily mean that he didn't touch Anaran. It's just that it literally didn't do anything.
Yeah. See,
Just angrily pecking the metal ankles of his boot.
Just put her in a cage. Let this be a punishment. She'll learn. Maybe. Probably not.
No, she won't. She won't. Evelyn, I'm gonna ask you to do a little experiment for me. Why don't you cast dispel magic on yourself?
Did I do that?
Yes. Let's find out. Go ahead and do that. Humor me. Are you gonna do that?
Okay, I'll try and cast Dispel Magic on myself.
All right. So you see Evelyn get up, spread her wings open, puff out her chest. Bark, 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 ah! Nothing.
No magic?
No magic.
Okay. Well, you see, that is definitely a problem. That is definitely a problem. Rather not use Belle, Thalma, do you have dispel magic prepared today?
I am the counterspell guy. Evelyn's the dispel magic girl.
Oh, for the love of dispel magic.
All right. As you cast dispel magic. Poof.
Thank you, Anaran. Okay. Again, Feywild. We need to be more careful.
I mean, Anoram was the one who said to let her suffer the consequences of her own actions.
Hmm.
So I don't know why Anoram did that. I was holding on to remove curse. I just wasn't going to use it.
Because I got tired of hearing the bickering while I'm cleaning off the statue.
Now, what would be a push check?
Strength.
Let's help Anaran finish cleaning the statue and move on.
Technically, I can't stop it if that's what Evelyn wants to do. So I'm gonna just ask Evelyn, are you sure you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. So this is gonna be a strength off between Evelyn and Anaran. So
No, it's not. I cast anti-life barrier.
What?
as a reaction, he's casting anti-life barrier. No life can get
Technically,
inside that barrier.
It's an action, but when she starts going, it's like, no.
That would be opposed initiative to it, like if it's not a reaction on your account. That'd be opposed
Are we
initiative.
going
just
to
use
waste time when
faster.
we're supposed to be doing other shit?
Charles wants to do something involving pushing. Let him do it. If this is
So-
what you want to do his reaction.
So, Charles, I will ask you one more time. Do you want to do this?
Hmm. Yeet.
Okay. Unfortunately, because of how it's supposed to be, you won't be able to cast that in reaction to him doing that. It would be, as Belle said. So this is going to be a strength off between you two. You may choose, at the very least, if you want to choose acrobatics or athletics, if it will help you at all on the receiving end.
I got a 15 acrobatics.
What is your strength check there, Evelyn?
That's a 6.
So you go and attempt to push Anaran, and you might as well be pushing against a tree stump.
Anaran just swings to the other side with the acrobatics. No.
I mean, if this is,
Okay.
I mean, if he used acrobatics to counter it, there is a non-zero chance that Evelyn just like tripped right past Anaran and falls into the pool herself.
Well, if it was like a 1 or a 2, then maybe,
Yeah.
but this is more like, oh, I missed.
I said non-zero, not that
Oh.
that is
Yeah.
Either way.
how it went down.
So,
Well, that happened.
yeah. So, a little bit of time passes. Anaran finishes cleaning the statue.
I'm not going to delete all those weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anywhere else in this tower, anybody wants to check real quick, or have we found enough?
I mean, there's still the tower itself. We just went into one of the wings, like, because that whole other path.
I will ask the DM to potentially speed things up. No. If they want to go look it up, let's go look.
I will do this. Chase. Despite you feeling like maybe it's time that you should probably be on your way, you hear something, almost as if a little whisper in your mind that you probably should take a look.
Okay, let's go. Let's go quench Thama's curiosity.
Anaran does a full, religious salute to the Raven Queen statue. Alright. I go now.
All right. So you do find some ruined stairs that seem to start leading up, though you're gonna find fewer and fewer rooms to look into.
Well,
You found the water reserves. It is water and waterfalls.
okay. Yes.
Very clean, very cool, very crisp.
Which way?
I'll help speed things along by saying there's nothing of importance until you reach the top.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how do we get to the top. Okay. We both pass leap to the top, or no? That way does not. That way does not. No,
This.
no. Over
This.
here. Yeah.
And this.
Now I want to apologize if I'm coming off as temperamental. I think
What is this?
this week's been a little bit more stressful than I thought, and it seems to be starting to have an effect on me. I'll probably take a personal 5 in a moment to kind of clear my head because
Might help. Might help.
I'm being a bit of an asshole right now, and I apologize.
No, it's okay, but it might help more considering what you're about to find.
Okay.
So, Jace, we found a Tabaxi statue.
Where? Okay, where is
Over
everybody?
here, down here.
Down. Sky's nowhere.
It's the floor you're on.
Okay. Oh, over here. All right.
So, here we go. At the top of the crumbling tower, the circular chamber lay cloaked in an eerie stillness, as though time itself had stopped to preserve the secrets held within. The room was in a state of disrepair, with all kinds of dust and vines scattered about. There was fragments of once beautiful stained glass windows littered on the floor, faintly glimmering in the dim, silvery light of the setting sun. At the room's center stood a statue, pristine and untouched by the ravages of time.
You
The
can
figure-
spell the bubble.
Oh, sorry. The figure was a tabaxi, captured mid-motion as though striving towards some unseen goal, with an expression of quiet determination etched into its features. The resemblance was uncanny, and the plaque at its base bore a single name: Chaser of Dreams.
Time really does work weird here.
The fuck?
The resemblance is uncanny indeed, though upon further inspection, while he does have your appearance, Chase, there are some things about him that are still very different, not just by age, but by minor details, such as the shape of the ears, the shape of the eyes, the shape of the nose. Close, but they're not exactly yours.
I don't understand. Who is this? Because this isn't me. I've never been here.
You haven't, but this is a statue, right?
That is the statue, and I did not know that there was a dagger in there, so that doesn't exist. Oof.
Okay. Is there any there's a plaque that has the name. Is there like a symbol?
There does not appear to be any other symbol other than one, and it is one that you're familiar with. In fact, you're both familiar with this, as it is tied to the Raven Queen, the symbol of the Umbra clan.
Looks as if your people actually used to worship Milady. And knowing Milady and Soraya, she resurrected whoever this was. As somebody partially knew.
Chase, I'm going to need you to take very close attention. Based off of some information that you've learned recently, I'm going to need you to roll for history. It's not going to be very high because it's very recent history.
Well, but I'll use one of my.
That's enough.
Okay, that's enough. All
Yeah,
right.
you only needed a 10. It was very recent history. Recent as in only about a week ago, as you ran into a tabaxi named Luca who was wearing boots. Says that she is a Feywild tabaxi and that they didn't have feet like yours. And yet this one does.
Your words ring true, Anaran. I'm gonna need. If my clan was connected to the Raven Queen at one point, it would explain a lot. Why Vecna wants them, and why Vecna wants me. If thus was me once upon a time.
Reincarnation. Same name, different features. Similar purpose, I would imagine.
Find out.
Go take a breather.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, all the secrets of this tower have now been laid bare, though that does not mean you have learned everything here. It's not that you could, it just means now more questions on top of other questions, though some hints have been laid before you. So I will ask the party if they want to continue to do anything here, if you all would like a break, or if you would like to just move on to the next part.
Move on.
Move on.
Okay. So, with that, you'll find that this area, while the sun goes down, appears to be devoid of any kinds of danger. It seems like the magic of this place is self-protecting, allowing you in, but keeping any other kind of danger out. Proves to be a great place to get some rest. So, if you all choose to, you get a full night's sleep here. Meanwhile, I will begin to load up the next map. I'm gonna need to find it. that's going to be difficult to find. So I might have to skip out on. Didn't realize that I forgot to put that into my list. So it might just have to be. That's okay, though. This is giving Chase a couple of minutes.
I am back, and again, I do apologize. I think I was a little too stationary today.
Okay.
Combined with this week been a little bit problematic. But like I said, I started even realizing it myself. I was being a jerk, so I needed to take a 5-minute.
What happened?
I don't need to talk about it.
Yeah, it's best that we not dwell. I found the track I was looking for. Let's make that public. All right. Good. So, it's the following day. You all find yourselves continuing along the path, though the path is getting a little bit more, best way to describe it is gnarly. The trees are starting to look a little bit more twisted with red leaves. Not exactly dangerous, like you have gone down some kind of a haunted forest, but it's a little bit more cartoonishly spooky. Saturday morning cartoon spooky. Best way to put it. So it's still fun for those that like that aesthetic. If you like Halloween, that's kind of the best way I can really describe it. It's very Halloween-like. So it continues on until you find a sign in the road that seems to be pointing you in the directions that you need to go, and you find that there is actually a town that is on the pathway that you're on. It's an Eladrin town. So, knowing that you've dealt with...
my main theory. Go ahead, continue, sorry.
Okay, so it being on your path, you know that you will eventually be running into this little town, though it is still a while away. So, let me go on ahead and get you in. As the sun begins to set, you find yourselves... It's seemingly getting closer, and let me get you over here before I actually begin to read. And Sue and Kaylee and Kira. All right. So, get up here. All right. So, step after step, as the sun begins to fall, the party can hear some distant thunderclouds forming. A sign of stronger weather to come, or perhaps the calling card of the drowned king. Either way, with shelter seemingly in sight, the party continues their travel until they hear the faint sound of laughter. Strong laughter. A little closer, and that laughter starts to become rather eerie. Let's go ahead and... Music. Not just yet, but for when it's ready. Okay, there we go. And now to summon you all. You see, as you come closer, hearing this laughter, it's very unsettling. It doesn't sound like somebody had just been laughing at a joke or at something funny that they had seen. It sounds like the laughter of madness. As you take a look and find a nearby sign that has been ripped in two in Sylvan, showing that it is indeed the same town that you were led to come to believe would be coming up on your journey.
Guards up, everybody.
Curiouser and curiouser.
So, as you come around, you find that the entire town lies in ruin. Its buildings shattered as if crushed by an enormous force. Deep gouges scar the earth, both magic and physical. Trees have been torn from the ground, trunks splintered and jutting skyward like broken bones. The air is thick with the stench of smoke and decay, and the eerie silence is only broken by that very harsh laughter. The lone figure kneels amid the wreckage in the middle, their laughter piercing the stillness, unhinged. Actually, I think it'd be better if I have at least some wind. Yeah, there we go.
If I had to guess, the Jabberwock went through here.
Something went through here. I wouldn't approach her so cautiously. I'm gonna use
Well,
Eyes of the
someone has to.
Grave and see if she's an undead.
All right. You use Eyes of the Grave and you find out that she is indeed not an undead.
She's still living. Careful.
Oi.
As you approach Belle, she doesn't take any notice of you. In fact, it seems like the sound of her own just insane laughter is the best way I can really put it, is completely muting anything that comes out of your mouth, at least to her. She's hunched over, her hands are on the ground. From that perspective, I'm going to need you to please roll for an investigation.
While he's doing that, Kagato, what's the general vibe of this place? Like emotion-wise.
Well, emotion-wise, I would say that it would be sorrow, if anything.
Great, so he's
Well,
awake. Okay.
My roll was 12, but from this distance, my passive's still 25.
Passive 25, all right. You definitely see that her hands, her fingertips, appear to be dripping a translucent blue-like substance. And there's a lot of it that appears to be gathering on the end of her torn skirt.
Just gonna squeeze her shoulder.
Her laughter stops, and she twists her head over towards you. Gazing at you are two voids that are completely dripping with that same translucent blue liquid.
Why do you cry?
Hold up, Belle. Sorrow? Is she going through an emotional frenzy?
Yes, she is. She seems to be. How best to put this? She's gone quite literally insane.
And from your expert opinion,
Well, from what I can gather, she seems ready to either die right now or die later, but she's definitely not seeming to be in the state of wanting to move from that spot.
is this curable?
This amount of madness is unfortunately not very easy to cure.
How long would it take you?
Me? A lifetime when it comes to something like this.
So no. Smartass? Okay. Anaran's gonna look over at Belle. Kill her. Just put her out of her misery.
Why, it seems you cured her faster than I could. Congratulations.
Oh, you sarcastic assholes.
Belle, as you're asked that, you can tell now with further, well, I don't know if it was plainly put out there, but she is blinded. She carved out her own eyes with those fingers. Wait, I just realized it's supposed to be playing right now. Damn it! Whoops. Well, the wind was. You know what? I think the wind makes a good backdrop to this anyway, so we'll just keep it as that.
I already asked. Take apparently a lifetime to fix her. We don't have that time.
She's still looking at you, Belle, still laughing with a big smile on her face.
Do you understand me?
She continues to laugh for about 5 seconds and then it just stops. But she's still smiling wide. It's very unsettling how wide that smile is. And almost as if in a gurgle, she just spews out, "The night has forsaken us." And then she continues to start laughing again.
All right. All right. I wave Anaran to back up a step. And as soon as he backs up, one motion, I decapitate her.
All right. With a quick motion of your sword, you bring it down swiftly and bring her to a swift and painless end.
May you find mercy in your next life.
The body doesn't seem to deteriorate as quickly as you would expect fey creatures that have passed on to do so. In fact, it doesn't seem like there's much of anything happening. There is blood pooling out of the body, but there doesn't seem to be any kind of magic at play here.
I'm going to burn it then. Firebolt.
And with the firebolt, that takes care of it. So, burns the body, gets lit aflame, and slowly returns to the earth through cremation.
Anna and Bell, that was a fey creature, right?
Probably.
It didn't disappear.
Was a fey creature.
Wait,
Something happened to
I
it.
don't think it was when we got here.
let me finish. The night forsake her. The rain. It drains their magic.
We don't know. Not a bad theory, Chase. There's just no way to prove it.
Okay. Do we want to investigate to see if anything else remains, or should we all just keep moving?
Look around you. Nothing remains.
There actually I was going to have something for you to investigate, but only if you didn't find out information in the previous area. This was supposed to be your second chance at learning that perhaps a Jabberwock might have been at play. And you already know that there is a large creature that seems to be fitting that description that seems to have attacked this place. You all can see through all of your passives, there are claw marks, there are scorch marks, there are bite marks, lots of destruction caused by something big.
Seems to me that no civilized force in either goddamn plane, material or this one, can keep their house under control.
Nope. Not their
Even
pets.
I'm starting to tire of this shit.
We just keep moving. In hopes of preventing this from happening too much more often. That's all we can do.
So, it's about to be 11 p.m. our time, 1 a.m. Eastern. The next place will be where the demon is. I will ask, would you all like to continue and get a little bit into that? Or do you want to save it for next week?
Let's keep going.
I'm kind of done.
I have to leave very early in the morning.
That's true.
So
That's fair. That's fair.
And if we go and we confront them, there's probably going to be a battle, and that's probably going to take 2 hours. So.
Yeah, if we kept going and started a fight, we would probably just put it off till next week anyways. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. If Bun's not feeling it and Belle has to leave, would have to probably leave early anyways, it's probably best just to table it till next week. That's fine.
All right. Then that is where we will leave off for right now. So for those of you watching, I'm glad that this was a success on this channel. Thank you all very much for being here. And it will, in fact, be next week when the party will confront their next challenge directly. Though, it's not to say that it was all just fluff and games, as many revelations have been made tonight. So with that, I thank you all very much, and we'll see you all next time.